And to start off, we got something new for the stream. If you guys are checking it out,
It's
starting soon.
It's the pale penis monster.
I hate how we're starting off the stream with that.
You asked for this.
Literally, what a Kezu is.
It's just a pale chicken with lips.
A pale cock, if you will.
I hate this.
Hey, you said chicken. I agree.
I'm going to be sure that your character perishes in the most ironic way. In cruel irony. Anyways, welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome back to session. I know it's been a while.
Rip your stream.
Rip my stream. It's fine. Let me see. Make sure everything is running right. That one. Okay, cool. So let's just get on with the recap since we starting really late. And I'm still posting my thing out. Casting my links.
So Yasha's taking a long nap.
Yep, Yasha, you were out last session because of your very painful explanation of how the thing that Mordrin found was in fact a dead drop.
A dead drop, as in someone dropped dead.
Someone got dropped.
Yes.
Dead.
Dead even. Permanently.
Deaded. Did you know dying kills you forever?
Oh.
Holy shit.
People die when they are killed.
People die when they're killed. It's a
archer
tragedy.
class is...
What else words of wisdom do you got for me?
The archer class really is made up of archers.
My tongue butthole. Time for crab.
Time for crab.
Time for crab.
What?
Horse. The classic of just horse.
Horse.
Horse. Man.
Great chest ahead. What? Look,
is it Elden Ring time?
Look, I've been playing it, so I've just got Dark Souls memes on my mind.
I was gonna say the soapstone memes.
Mm.
I call it soapstone because of Dark Souls, but it's same thing.
Yeah.
It's all souls.
Yeah.
All soiled.
Oh.
Also
Actually,
drops
in Elden Ring, it's like pickle ahead.
Pickle.
Try pickle. Try pickle.
There's a lot of butthole ones that I've noticed.
Didn't expect Rump.
Been watching Rump is another one. From
Dude,
watching local streamer.
Everything I see is just something involving a rump, pickle, or fingers.
What about salad fingers?
What about rumping the pickle fingers?
No,
No,
please,
not salad
no.
fingers, no. No.
No, I thought I was done with that forever, please.
Anyways.
Like salad fingers.
Mm-mm. Hey, what's up?
No, continue.
Back on recap. So, Yasha had discovered and explained about the dead drop. So he pretty much was out recovering for the time. Party, in the meantime, was tasked with looking for and recruiting the Brosnov investigators. Walter
What about the
and
Brosnov grooves?
Oh.
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 But, yeah.
Yeah?
And anywho.
Who?
Didn't quite go to plan.
Things haven't gone to plan, as they do. And,
yeah.
Imagine if things actually went to plan.
Warden would be surprised, and he would pay somebody money.
Scared, even.
Probably Walter, since you're hiring him.
You not touche.
What if I hire Kamishima?
Cease.
Oh.
Anywho, yeah. That pretty much.
Yeah?
I think that kind of covers most of what happened. I'm trying to think of what else.
Poverty told us about something else that was going on.
Ah, that's right. Poverty broke the news that your dear old pal Roland is managed
Locked up.
He's locked up because he's off to find the master smith who is both the most trustworthy person and the most reliable person. He is in lockup though, sitting on a
SOC.
Yep. He's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna get like detained by the Tetsu guard.
Gonna make it worth it.
May as well make the trip worth it, and so he pretty much was just like, all right, well, hey, I've got contraband. Also, is this your team leader? Blam.
Real shame they put. It's a real shame they didn't give him a hero's welcome for that one.
Yeah.
Doing us all a service, you know.
Well, I'm sure. In any case, that was pretty much what went down. So, Roland's in prison.
Yeah.
You guys are back in the toolbox in that district. And Walter's in a bit of a mood, but he'll come around.
Also the Date.
Date says he'll help, but he's just like you gotta have him easy.
Give him a bit.
Give him a little bit. Yasha, I'm gonna have it be that you just kind of link up with the gang.
He wakes up going, hey, where did everybody go?
And then he Yashas his way over.
Yeah.
As he does.
As he does.
He just goes through the window.
I distinctly remember the party wishing that for a number of situations, like fighting the Vitten gang, that you guys were like almost fought. You just straight up paid them a exorbitant amount of money, and they're like, oh, okay, I guess we're just not gonna fight you then.
Yep.
But
I also remember, I think it's Akechi.
Oh
But,
yes,
you know.
you had the run-in with Akechi.
Oh
you had
yeah.
you had your
another
friendly duel.
Got another duel in.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Mordred is technically now 2-0, which is fucking weird to say as the fucking wizard warlock. That's not a hexblade, nor a blade singer.
And is it using a dex weapon?
And it's in. Actually, wait. Technically, he is. So I mean.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's Akechi. He'll figure something out.
Now, if Mordred won against Jin, I think we would have problems.
Now that's a fight. Squaring up with Jin. Now we're talking about something here. Hold on.
Hold up.
Look, if
Wait a
Mordred
minute.
won against him,
Oh wait,
in a
I'm not.
fucking sword fight.
Knuckle had your back.
Knuckles like, fuck Jin, man. I don't like this guy.
Knuckles. Imagine being Knuckles.
Lamau.
Come on.
That's funny. You funny. Haha. Anywho. Yep. Party, you are at the toolbox. I think you guys were outside the office of Brass and Copper. Oh no, wait, you guys went back home.
Yeah.
But
I mean back to
Tessa's.
Tesla.
We had been leaving, and Date shared a little bit of history between him and
Yeah.
Walter.
Holy sweet
I guess
Jesus,
it's a
I
little
just
bit-
saw the picture that got posted there. The thing with the fucking lips. What in the hell is that thing?
Brother.
What isn't it?
Fucking okay, that's what it
What it
isn't.
isn't.
Man for a pooch.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail. That was frightening to suddenly see.
Understandable. Anyways,
Holy sh!
This is minor for that thing.
yeah, you're back at Tessa's. Party, what do?
Are
What you like to do?
our fancy pants like new room set up? I don't remember if they actually got set up or if like
It's
Roland's
almost done.
crew are still okay.
It's not quite done. Roland's crew is almost done with it, and they're also kind of using it.
Yeah.
Fair.
So you don't quite have the whole reign of the place.
Oh, that's fine. That's what I expected. I don't know why
And
else they'd be like doing it. I guess
Yeah,
they weren't
they
gonna
just-
be able to make use of it.
You can make use of. You'll be able to make use of one of the floors, but it's gonna be, a little cramped. But I mean, you've also got Tessa's part, if y'all want to risk that as well.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. This is kind of just for the moment anyway. Hopefully we can actually, it won't be too long before we can come back and stay around here proper, but until then, disguises gotta stay in our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay, so what is it that we want to go do?
That's a great
what's-
question because I think we wanted to prioritize getting Roland and subsequently the blacksmith dude. But in order to do that, we would have to at least get the Tetsu guard off our back enough because we don't need both of those happening at the same time. So I'm under the impression is that the first order of business. Unless you wanted to
That's
not be
assuming
the
that
first
we
order.
can what is that assuming? That we can bail him? Like pay bail or something, get him out?
With
the other option jailbreak. Which
which Mordrin's already like it's gonna be jailbreak, which is why getting
Jailbreak.
to heat off or at least away from the area, that'd be great.
Give me that star silver. All right, there's the prison fire.
You're gonna have to get within 100 feet of the prison.
That's
Look,
okay.
You're not
Okay.
wrong. If we had a
All right.
wall that we need to get through, we could
Okay, hear me out.
delete
We
the
put
wall.
we pool our gold together, buy Yasha a pair of boots of haste, and have him sprint over the water towards the prison.
Oh my god.
Honestly, if you gave
I'm
me
okay
enough
with this.
time and resources, I probably could make them. But I don't have proficiency in the tools that could make them. I think I do own them though.
And then I'll shenanigans. Just what is that thing sprinting on the water? Is that a child? And then energy beam just emits and just oh!
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
about right.
So, kind of coming back from some of your older things, yeah, I can finally move.
There's still that
Um,
dude in the southern part of Seaport, but that's like
Southern.
my side quest that I kind of chose
Yeah.
to take on.
yeah, I mean, you guys have some downtime, so you really it's just like before you can kind of get Walter to come around to this.
Downtime.
I mean, that being said, you do know that Walter has also spent time there.
Which means it would be nice to have his help, but he's off doing his thing.
Oh,
so
at the
True. Because he
the
was at
out-
that
outdoor
prison.
prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Date had to bail him out in order to get him to work for him.
And
And it
Mormon
took like a
remembers
month.
the amount.
Yep. It
But it
was
is
a
major
it,
it was a
was
big amount.
it was
Was a
big.
big amount.
6 million gold.
Only.
Only 6 million gold. I don't know.
What a steal!
What a deal, yo.
What's
God,
the
no
deal?
wonder the Tetsu guard are fucking like wearing mechs around. Can you imagine with a fund of 6 million gold?
The technocrats.
The technocrats, man. Well, granted, this is also like the most infamous man in Brosnov for his time.
Yeah, but no, I mean like imagine just having 6 million gold.
Well, it's a lot of money you can do for that.
I won't imagine that because I can't.
Oh. Well, at least
Considering
you're
like
honest.
maybe like well besides like the legendary items, I think the most expensive like rare and very rare is like 30,000 gold. So like, you know, you could just casually buy like, I don't know, 30, 40 rare, very rare weapons and fine.
I mean, if you have that much money, I don't think you're spending it much on weapons. I'm gonna be real. You're buying like a fucking ship, or something.
You're
a
buying a
castle.
fleet.
You're buying
Get
a
a
country.
lot.
I am now ruler of a country.
I am now a ruler of the country. Date decided, hey, I want Walter, so instead of ruling an entire country, he decided to bail out Walter.
Technocrats probably have more money for that, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure Date didn't just hand them 6 million gold. Pretty sure pretty sure there's a whole payment plan for that.
That's fair.
Debatable.
Can you imagine if the Tetsu guard were like, all right, buddy, up front, within 24 hours.
Yikes.
Wonder if he's still under that payment plan.
Probably. It's only
Maybe that's why he doesn't.
it's only been some years. I mean, it'd probably be easier if you just also accept money from people.
Yeah. It's been about 3 years since he's bailed.
Yeah.
I too would like to bail.
Well, first you gotta go to jail in order to bail jail.
All right, how many Tetsu guard do we need to kill?
You just need to beat up one pretty damn badly.
I take out Star Silver and
Oh,
Yes.
hold on. Wait a minute. I
hold
got
it.
something. Okay, so I'll take the wrist guard that what's his face had.
Fuyuto's wrist guard. Yeah.
I'll aim Star Silver at the wrist guard and
Oh my god.
and then Brosnov was gone.
You're not just
Really?
gonna delete Brosnov. You're just gonna replace it with a big fucking crater.
Just we're gonna and then Yasha's last words, we're gonna blow it the fuck up, and then he just base boosted burp.
From the mountains to the sea, all you could witness was nothing.
You just
Instead
hear
of-
the
Instead of it being from the mountains to the sea, all you could witness was progress. It's all you could witness was nothing.
Cyphus swore to God he could hear bass boost noises from a distance. He doesn't know why. Just
The-
burp.
But somehow he has the inkling of who is responsible.
I'm pretty sure the Vitten would hear it from Fjordheim.
You're like, yo.
We'll be like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, so just like when Medical blew up, just what the fuck was that? Just
Exactly.
yelling over the intercom.
Yep, just like that.
Wait,
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to we'll have to do a jailbreak of sorts.
Yep.
Yep.
Go right
Yeah.
straight back to Walter. Like, okay, so other option, we need to break
Yeah.
someone out of jail.
Well, it's just like, man, you guys must be the master of eloquence.
We need to break into jail to break out of jail.
I mean,
Said you must be the masters of eloquence. Man, is that what we decided to name our party group? What a shit.
No, we're
name.
called Lameen's boyfriends, just in
Yep.
case anybody forgot. Because let me tell you, Shen sure didn't.
Nope.
Never mind your actual mercenary name of Karazakarak.
yeah.
It's Lameen's
The-
boyfriends.
It's Lameen's
That's the
boyfriend.
official names, so that when someone looks at the paperwork, they can be confused.
This is correct. There's also like fashion stuff though.
Mm.
Fashion is still on the table.
Yeah.
They've got
Do
stuff.
They might be able to offer more immediate help with us not being harassed by Tetsu Guard.
At least
Also,
in that area.
also maybe perhaps provide some other resources like perchance a boat, given that this thing sits on the coast.
We know a guy with explosives, though, don't we? Look.
But we don't know Karen has bombs. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, we still don't know.
Oh, Yasha does, but he didn't say anything.
Nice.
He's just like, huh.
So yeah. There's gonna be some resources you guys will have to consider if y'all want to do this bail, which is figuring out a way to get into it, get to the place, get in there, and then get out.
Yeah.
I choose to bop irresponsibly.
Oh.
I alert the guards.
Well, all right. Then.
Bwah, bwah, bwah.
Bwah, bwah, bwah.
Okay, so.
Uh.
How do we want to do this?
I mean, in the stealth mission.
Stealth is optional.
The mean here
whips
says
out
stealth
cannon.
is optional. Yeah,
Pulls out
exactly.
cannon.
Pulls out the Tetsu card SMG and starts spraying things.
Oh,
Oh god.
You need a distraction? I got you.
hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Alright, well, you guys debate on what your group's next course of action and things you'd want to do. I'm gonna BRB real quick.
And then we never saw the DM again.
I was gonna say, bet that it's not real quick.
How do we want to do this stealthy? Do we not want to do stealthy?
It's not gonna be stealthy.
Absolutely not.
We'll start
Abs-
stealthy.
Mordred
won't
is the
last.
most stealthy
Right.
person here, well, besides Yasha, but
We can always start stealthy, I suppose.
Lamine does not have a negative stealth. That's what I can say about that.
Yeah. Golf clap.
If she does not wear heavy armor.
We'll just get her some weird Iron Man. We'll just go find an artificer to make him some Iron Man-esque armor that'll you can have in a briefcase. You'll apply it later or something.
I mean, that would be pretty dope. But
A possibility. We are in a technological city of Brosnov. I don't see why that doesn't sound like too. And we live in a world with high-powered guns. I don't know if that's really too much of a stretch to have a mechano-assisted armor thing.
need in steampunk power suit. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Art.
That's what we need.
but either way, how do we want to do this in what order? Cause Bastion's gonna take us a while to be like, hey, yeah, we need a boat, because they're not just gonna give that for us for free, and we can't just be like, hey.
You imagine if they did? It's just like, hey, can we have a boat? Like, no questions asked. Yeah, sure. Here's our finest warship.
So I mean, let's
Well-
prioritize based on how quickly we think an objective can be done versus how important it is to do.
I think, honestly, first order business should be gathering intel.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to attack when they're at their strongest. Like, God forbid we attack when it's like, oh yeah, Commander so and so's visiting the prison like tomorrow, so just attack and he'll have his personal retinue of honor guards protecting him in addition to the prison or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, but how are we gonna get that sort of information without going to the prison itself?
I'm sure someone has information. It's
Are-
Brosnov.
Are
I'm back.
prisoners allowed visitor hours?
Not only is there intel, I don't think they allow visitors hours. It's literally it's like Alcatraz, I think.
Alcatraz has visiting hours, except
I
he
mean-
doesn't leave.
I mean, Date visited.
That's fair. That's fair. We could visit, but intel is a must. I don't think Roland's gonna have intel as a prisoner. We'll need to find someone who's more familiar with the workings of it.
I mean,
which
is
is
what I believe when Poverty mentioned the Brotherhood and wanted to find that information out, which they are in the guts, kind of.
There's also Date, you may ask. Don't forget he was a captain at some point, and he would have an idea of what goes on there.
Okay.
Him and Walter would both be probably like
Good.
sources.
So we just have to wait on them then.
Yeah, or if not, find other. But for now, I think the best course of action is to find intel to know what we're getting into before we make any hard decisions.
I mean, that's why visitor hours. Not
Yeah.
necessarily for like what Roland can tell us, but more like
See what
we
looks like
might
on the
be able
end.
to see. There, yeah.
That's a thing, yeah.
So
Tis-
we would need to be able to get there, because it's not like we can walk there.
No, but I'm pretty sure if it's visitor hours, they'll fucking provide you a boat. Kind of silly if they're like, yeah, visitors, get here yourself.
Or there might be a ferry that goes there or something.
Oh, but we are wanted. We can't just send anybody.
That is-
Exactly.
We could
true.
probably might be able. What the fuck is this? Oh, might be able to send Yasha since he looks so drastically different. You might be
That's-
able to send.
That's why we might want Bastion, because if they can take heat off us, then we might be able to actually, walk around Petsu places without someone realizing that, like, wait a minute, you need to rescue.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh well. I had kind of forgotten about that. That we shouldn't
just-
really just walk right into like
Nah,
prison being wanted and be like, oh.
Yeah.
was
Visiting-
good.
Visiting a prison is just Well, you are kind of wanted by the Tetsugard too. I don't know if that's the most
It's okay. We're at where they least expect it.
right into their hands.
We're exactly.
Exactly.
Who
I
the
guess
fuck
it's like
expects
that.
that?
I guess that would constitute hiding in plain sight, wouldn't it? But
I suppose it would.
that what the fuck? That aside,
You know, I guarantee if like we go up to a Tetsugard and being like, "Hey, I'm the people that you're looking for," I don't think they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you are the people that we're looking for. Get them." I think they'd be more like,
You know,
"Okay, how much have you? Are you high? Are you drunk? Or are you both?"
I'm pretty sure the Tetsugard would just attack. They have no reason. As in, like, they wouldn't know who we are, but they would just attack anyway.
Hold on. Wait.
They're like, the people you're looking for. Doesn't know what they're looking for, but he'd arrest us just on the. He's just like, okay, well, I'll beat them up and work it out later.
Same
It'll
organization
be
that
You know what? That's
walks
fair.
Here
down the
it's-
street to inconvenience people.
Remember, they're not friendly cops. These
Yeah.
are like Detroit American cops.
These guys have been given full authority to be dickheads if they want to. So going by your logic, their response would be probably to attack, given that either A, you are the guys they are looking for, and they arrest you for being the guys they're looking for, or B, you are not the guys you are
But
they were looking for.
but you're now
you
you're
get
arrested for wasting their time.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's fair.
It's just like they're gonna be like, "Ha, I wasted your time. What are you gonna do? Arrest you for wasting my time?"
That's
It do
fair.
be like that.
You want to be one of the wanted guys? You get to be treated like the wanted guys.
This was unforeseen.
Wow, for once in my life, I'm wanted by somebody.
Lol.
Wow.
Tetsugard hears this, immediately puts you down and walks away. No, wait!
Yep, it's just like, all right, just leaves you in cuffs, just like, all right, see ya.
No, wait! I got the experience being wanted for once in 200 years. Come back!
He just
Don't goon
ignores you.
me!
Hopefully you'll live to see another 200 years when everybody continues to not give a shit about you.
Can I truly withstand another 10,000 years of this?
10,000 years of gooning.
Oh god, those poor Chaos Marines.
I'm at a
But,
loss, guys. I don't know what to do.
intel. First intel.
But
How
like,
we go about it.
yeah, that's the part that I'm like, well, where go?
Ask some of our friends if they know. anything
Just
about
start murking people until they fess up, obviously.
Well,
I don't know
you,
about that one.
you do know that a lot of these crooks that go here typically are high profile, or just very, very big troublemakers. Like, you know.
Honestly, I bet you if you talk to any of the I bet you if you talk to Yuki or even what's his face? Timur,
Timur.
he would know about at least a little bit about the maybe not the fine inner workings, but about it.
Well, there's
Yeah.
an
Maybe-
idea.
And maybe to find someone. If anyone would know about prisons, it would be the yakuza who
The
probably
people,
send their guys. Yeah.
yeah, the people who kind of deal with that.
Yakuza. What the?
What the? Yeah, they probably know a thing or two about prisons, seeing as they have to work around it and with it. Alternatively, you could ask Walter and Date. That's a second option. Third option is visiting, but I think realistically speaking, only like some of our lesser known party members would be able to pull it off.
There's another resource that you're forgetting.
Which one's that? It's been so long, so please forgive me.
Tell me, DM.
He's big and he cut a truck in half.
Oh yeah, that's true. There is that guy.
Well, yeah, that's assuming that they, you know, they're
They do-
still Tetsugard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're
they-
not. They're Rough Riders of the Tetsugaard.
I remember something about. They're all ex-criminals, or at least the people.
All
those-
right.
Like
His-
the
all of his buddies are ex-cons. Yes.
they
Yeah.
actually do not act like normal Tetsugard.
The only thing is, you know,
They
he
think
is
people-
he is still a Tetsugard, so he can't just be
Yeah.
openly like, yes, I'm gonna do a prison raid.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe don't
Like,
tell him about that.
You know,
He
like
would
I'm
be
sure he's
obliged
like really
something
chill
about it being a cop.
and very yeah, I'm sure he's very chill and would gladly answer questions under a certain light, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to go from like, yes, I'm planning a prison raid. How do I go about that? Unless he fucking really likes you or you want to do a favor for him or something, but even then, I don't know.
Let's call him
Yeah.
and see.
You could. We have many. We also can do very many different things at our disposals because it's not. Well, ideally, with getting this information, we're not going to have to beat people up to get this information, or do party tactics.
Besides, we wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So we could. I mean, they say don't split the party, but since this is a task of this variety, we could theoretically split into groups to do this and gather information more quickly.
There are also other resources that you guys kind of brushed up on, but only really in one aspect, which is, well, the Yakuza aren't the only guys that deal with the prison.
Yeah, but we're not really on good terms with any other gang groups, so that's why I didn't really factor them in.
Yeah. Well, it's really just the one that hates your guts.
Not the Kings.
Still.
The Kings probably don't know you.
And the Cons Navy doesn't really know us.
You've had maybe 2 interactions with the Cons Navy, and both of them have been, while one of them has been confrontational, it was amicable to say the least. They
were indifferent towards us as persons and more just as targets.
Yeah.
I think the Kings might dislike us a bit more considering we attacked a convoy. And
that was Merchants Guild convoy.
Yeah.
Right, Merchants Guild. Merchants Guild is the one
Kings
that
doesn't know
like
we
us.
fucking exist.
Merchants Guild are the ones we really gotten in their hair.
We blew up a convoy and we squared off against some of their higher ups.
We raided a warehouse.
Yeah.
And assisted in a convoy.
Yeah, and also blew up their rail.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
not even on purpose, but whether they know it's actually us that blew up the rail is a better question, though.
Fucking probably.
Well, you've broken into their warehouse. You've squared off with their guys several times. Messed up their trucks.
Yeah.
We did no such thing.
Sure.
Allegedly.
I mean, the guys in the Hydra sure know your faces.
Allegedly.
I'd like to see that Hydra do something about it.
Well, to be fair, Yasha looks totally different now, so we'll see about that.
This is also true. You guys do have disguises.
Well, I was gonna say it's mostly Yasha because he literally underwent a makeover.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So, literally the hippie got a haircut and put on nice clothes.
Yay!
Go get a job, you bum.
I'm trying, but they won't let me be a courier.
I'm gonna use one of the new pictures.
Why won't they let me be courier? Let me be courier.
Tell you the truth, kid. The game was rigged from the start.
All right, so what do we want to do first?
Party, what do?
Split into groups and find information. How do we want to split the groups?
Oh, that's a fucking good question.
You guys can also try your luck at just like lower criminal sources.
Yeah, but I'd still think I think we would cover a lot more ground split into pairs or something. We could always do the classic Lamine Mortarin and Kyron Yasha pair offs.
Oh boy, the nothing happens group and everything happens group.
The feral children in the couple.
Yeah.
Literally nothing happens when it's just Lamine and Mortarin. But then Kyron and fucking Yasha have like goddamn everything. It's funny.
Fighting on a freeway. Fighting on top of a convoy on a freeway.
Yep.
We could always.
Don't forget. You guys also saw the murder thing.
Yeah.
And what me and Lamine got was this drow woman is just crying over here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is out. This recommendation's out of character, by the way. But you could always shake it up. Make it like Lamine, Yasha, and Kyron and Mortarin.
Oh.
The elves and
I'll
the
only say
humans.
that is a terrible
Or-
idea on the concept of Mordorin and Chiron do not get along.
I
Okay,
said out of character, that would be the suggestion of just like, let's see what happens.
not okay. Actually, maybe because I think that going to Timur, at least as one of them, would be good. Going to Timur would be a good idea.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one who goes to Temur should be the one that Yasha has.
And I do think that Yasha and Lamine with Timur would be probably the best.
Ideal. Oh
wh-
boy.
Yasha
Then
should go, and I
well,
think Lamine should go with her.
then what shall Kyron and Mordorin do? Oh shit.
Let's see, we have options.
talk to,
Definitely don't send them to the
Biker
Bastion.
Cop.
Oh, that'll be fun. Actually, that could work because Mortar kind of looks like a biker right now. Anyway.
Yeah, he does look like a punk. He's got that look.
Chiron is on good terms with Kagero.
Yeah, he is actually on good terms with Kagero, so
Yeah.
And at least Mortarin fits the part.
oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I do actually genuinely like that. Like this idea.
I do like this idea.
Yeah, shake it
So-
up and still get information.
Yeah.
Why not?
You might need to think of what exactly you want to ask Biker Cop.
Man,
Oh.
Ask Kagero.
you fucking good?
Hmm?
Oh boy, that is. You know what? That's fair because
That's what you ask the biker cop. You slap him on the shoulder and like, yeah, dude, you fucking good?
because Mortarin is just like straight up just either he tells it as it is or fucker can't speak for shit.
Well-
And then we have Chiron. We don't allow
Yeah.
Chiron to speak.
Hey, telling Kagero how it is though is literally. I would assume that's his speed though.
Yeah, but also you don't want to be completely like.
I don't know. It's Kagero.
Maybe don't tell him that you're breaking in.
Yeah, exactly.
Busting someone
Yeah.
out.
I like
Yeah,
to think that
is that what you're-
Mordorin has a level of level-headedness where he's hopefully not gonna do
Obviously,
that.
he would not do that.
Yeah.
Oh god, I just don't know how to be like, hey, yeah, we're trying to break into prison. Can you give us that information without being like, hey, we're trying to break into a prison. How do we get that information out of you? Plus he doesn't even know Kagero, so it's like,
Yeah, well, that's something you could work out with Kyron.
oh god.
I mean, you could always just start with you want to check up on someone who's locked up, but you.
Yeah. That's true.
Not really
It's not a
bad.
lie. It's not lying. You are going to go check up with someone in prison.
It's true.
And if it should come up why are you going to him? It's well, Karen already knows you, and you're
You're his
not a
bud.
dick. The other option is talking to some random other tets you got on the street and get harassed
Yeah,
for
yeah,
asking
because
questions.
I think anyone could see how that goes. Just like, yeah, how do I go talk to a prisoner? And then the Tetsu guards be like, oh, you want to talk to a prisoner, huh? What are you, a prisoner too?
Yeah, they're just gonna be an ass about it. It's okay. We don't.
Yeah, and you can probably guess that visiting prison hours is probably you're gonna need a reason to be out there because
Yeah.
you're not just gonna be all like, oh yeah, I just want to
sure.
see the animals at the zoo kind of thing. Like these aren't people that like I said, these are like the top of the top most dangerous lads.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're gonna
it's-
need a good reason and maybe a recommendation, so that would actually work out too. So.
Yeah.
You go talk to what's his face and get a letter of recommendation or some shit. Maybe not a letter of recommendation per se, but just hey,
A
They-
little
they
like
wanna see-
a heads up.
like hey, they want to go see this fucker. So that works. I think this is a pretty good plan. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
No,
Alright.
I think it's solid.
So
Sounds good to me.
What group do you guys want to go with first? Because I'm gonna do these one at a time.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much. We could just
Yeah, flip a coin.
Evens, it's Yasha and Lamine.
You rolling somewhere?
Ugh. No. I'll do that now though.
Okay. I didn't know if you were asking for someone to roll up or if you were doing.
I was just declaring. I got
I don't have
heads.
Which is odd.
Uh-huh.
Or the even. No, I thought.
It's-
Because you said
I-
odd and evens, that's why I was like,
Yeah, I count heads as odds. It's-
Wait a minute.
alright. Oh boy. Me and
Okay.
Kyron, this is gonna be interesting.
Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
Alright.
That's fine.
Fuck,
I'm actually
yeah.
gonna.
Fuck.
It's not us. I'm actually gonna be here really quickly.
Fuck.
Shit.
Alright, Kyron. How much information can you tell me about this guy
All right.
that you
He's a nice guy.
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
Just react with him the way you would another nice person.
Oh boy.
just
Oh,
like
boy.
Mortarin thinks about it, like, are you sure about that?
He is.
I mean, surely you have some sort of table manners.
And you realize that I am pretty much the one person that is least likely to be cordial.
Just like Kaguro. Least likely to be cordial. It's fine.
Oh boy, this was ill thought out.
Oh no.
But for the players. Oh, the players.
Sweet, sweet violence.
Porter just kind of sighs, just like, I will do my best.
Sweet, sweet
go
violence.
go up to him. So yeah, we're planning on breaking into the prison. What do you think
Oh.
about that?
Obviously, we're not doing that.
Oh boy.
Wow.
And so
All
that's-
right.
that-
So much for that
Is there
friendship
really
with
nothing else
Kaguro.
you can tell me about him? Anything?
So about that freeway fight.
He's a big beefy dude with a big beefy sword, and he's got an appetite for destruction.
Yeah, he does.
And does destruction have an appetite for him?
Maybe
Also,
that's
he
good.
don't like people on his road. So
Yeah. First
we're,
order.
al-
Business. Don't
we're
be
already
on the road.
we're already walking on thin ice as it is.
Oh dear. So how do we find him? Okay, first, that's actually a great question. How do we find him without going on his road?
We have to go to a station stop from the regular roads, and then go up to them and request to speak to him. Since he knows me, it shouldn't be too much trouble, but who knows? We'll see.
Okay. And I suppose from there we can just ask him information about the particular prison that we wish to visit someone. I suppose.
May want to tiptoe around it a little more.
Oh dear.
Just a little wee bit.
Hmm.
Walk up there and be like, "Ayo."
Yeah.
Kaguro rides up. No bitches.
No pitches?
He'll be like, no vehicles.
Yes, Kaguro. Unfortunately, no vehicles.
Hands you like 1,000 gold fine.
No vehicles. No vehicles.
Do we know how to get to the prison?
Yeah, after
Yes and
boat.
no.
By
You know
boat.
that, yeah. You can
In
only
theory,
get
we
the,
know how to get there.
you know that it's on an island. Where it is on an island?
Not so much.
Not so much.
I'm
You know
trying
it's
to,
it's off the coast
I'm
of
trying to build my
Brosnov.
narrative. I'm building my narrative right now.
Ah.
I sing the Brosnov blues.
If you want though, you could try and make a I don't know, what would be the equivalent of a geography test? I don't even know if there's like
History?
History?
History or
History would
nature?
probably be.
History's the closest.
History
Or
and nature,
nature.
yeah.
I can see either of those.
So you can
Depending
take
on
into
the
history or nature to kind of get an idea of where
Na-
the island does sit, or if you may or may not know.
Yeah, nature, as in
I
the
could
city is a jungle.
I'm pretty sure I don't have.
But you do know it's like
Uh.
half a day's travel by boat.
I mean, you probably have a better stat for rolling that than I do.
Yes, but I'm also rolling at disadvantage. Take your pick.
I'll take the disadvantage.
Wait, if you assist him,
Yes,
it'll be at normal.
Mordred is an idiot.
If you assist, it'll be at normal.
Then I will assist.
Okay. Fine.
I will assist in using Think Brain.
All right. I was
Funk.
Mordor would have definitely used history, but I rolled a 12.
Hmm.
Why is it so fucking cold in here?
Dang. It's
Have
cloud
you tried closing the
temple, man.
freezer?
But anyways, a 12 yields just kind of a little bit more of it's half a day's travel by sea. It's a little bit like north
I mean, it's
northeast-ish. It's
Oh my
it's
God.
yeah, it's half a day's
Out
travel
there.
by sea.
I thought it was just like
Um,
slightly offshore, but no, it is out there.
yeah,
It's Alcatraz. It's literally Alcatraz.
Yeah, it's out there. So it sits on a series of islands, called the Black Rock Isles, and they're more or less kind of like I want to say it's almost like a, is it archipelago? But it's like a small chain of islands, like really tiny islands.
Archipelago.
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 Jesus.
Archipelago.
There will be no Jesus calling here. Only archipelagos and omniscience.
So it's way the fuck out there, and
Yeah.
the orientation of the islands is like an archipelago.
Yeah, it's it used to be kind of it used to be called the Jaw of Brosnov, and
Why?
Because it used to be a Brosnov jaw.
well, in previous times the fortress was used, or the prison was used as a fortress, like a sea fort that guarded from seaborne invaders. But over time, given that the only real invaders were Vitten, and now they're like trading partners, it got repurposed as a prison.
What was being stored there when it was a fortress?
Well, guns, ships, troops would be stationed out there. Nowadays, it's more or less just a out of the way prison island, and its neighboring islands are just kind of they're kind of overlooked nowadays. They don't really use it for anything. And it actually sits outside the shipping lanes, because there's usually like ship lanes that from going into and out of Brosnov from Fjordheim. But yeah, it's kind of a little bit out of the way. So ships that are coming and going to this island aren't just passing by. They're coming straight to the island.
Is there anybody specific that gets held there at the prison, or is it just like general high scum?
Yeah, pretty much just these are your big names that typically go there. And of course there's also like a lot of like very big troublemakers, or people that just piss off people in power. Typically people that the technocrats don't like will go there. But high profile prisoners are kind of the thing. Very dangerous prisoners go in there. Like people that are
Anybody
just like
recently, of note that we'd be able to do, like, I don't know, a general record search.
Now
I'm
that
sure
you may have to make another check for.
Oh
if
God.
it's
the only
within
person
capacity,
There's only two people that you know of that have any prison record with that, and that's Roland and Walter.
So give me the scenario here. What would I have to do?
I suppose if you'd want to know, you'd have to get a recollection of any big time like big time names or large crime groups that may have been broken up recently, because typically at the fallout of crime groups, someone tends to either get killed or arrested, and the guys who end up not getting killed end up in that island. Major organizations tend to have to deal with the islands, like the major gangs. Sometimes the minor gangs get involved if they cause enough of a stir, but yeah, usually it's the big boys that end up there because, well, they're usually the ones making the big waves. So if you things like getting a parking ticket doesn't exactly get you there, but you know, maybe trying to punch out a high-ranking Tetsu guard, or in Roland's case, trying to shoot one will do that. Or
Maybe he's
not
succeeding
trying,
in outing.
succeeding. Trying won't get you there. Succeeding will. Yeah.
Maybe we could pay a visit to Maxine, see if she can fabricate something for us.
What the f*** is Maxine?
Maxine's my halfling baby from the guts.
That's true.
Oh,
That's another resource.
oh
People-
god.
There is the guts. Also completely forgotten, cause
I'm just looking through my notes right now.
Okay, I was
Because
just
the
like,
guts
okay, I
is
just gotta make
also
sure
full
that you
of
didn't tell
people-
Mordrin that, cause that would be
So-
something noteworthy for him to be like, hold up.
So something to highlight. Maybe it's not necessarily one and the same, but people in the guts tend to, if you recall, tend to want to live there because they want to stay away from everything out there. And you know, who else but high-profile criminals would want to live that kind of life, you know?
True.
Which
So
the
like,
guts.
that's my thinking, is that maybe we could go to Maxine and with a little clever questioning could maybe figure out if maybe there's somebody within her ranks or somebody that's quote unquote high profile within the guts that may have been incarcerated, and then use that as a red herring when we go to talk to Kaguro and be like, yeah, somebody's trying to stage an escape for this one dude, so that it's not like completely made up person.
You know, that's the best idea I've ever heard from Kyron.
All going on in his head.
Yeah. Too bad Mordrin is hearing none of it.
Right.
And then,
He
and then,
would if he wanted to be an eavesdropper, but you know.
and then Kyron, after thinking all this, looks at Mordor and goes, "Fuck him up." After having developed an efficient and an amazing strategy, it just comes out as just fucking, we'll just talk to him.
Yeah.
Talk him down.
I'm gonna leave with that. Kyron's gonna suggest that we head down to the guts.
The guts. Didn't you say this guy was up in the rail? Like the freeway?
Yeah, but maybe we can glean some information in order to make a story up that isn't too far from the truth.
Then we should take someone like Vico.
Ask him.
Sure, Vico could come.
Yeah, I will. If Vico was there, I would ask him if he would like to come with us to the guts.
I think
'Cause,
he's out investigating your samurai.
Damn, never mind. Shit. You know, Kyron, you met somebody from the guts, right?
Nope.
Oh my god, never mind.
Oh, he knows two people. Actually, you know two people.
Okay, look, we can't just go down to the guts without an escort. That'll cause a lot of trouble.
We're escorting each other.
That doesn't count.
I don't think that's how it works.
Do you
Oh
think I'm
boy.
from the guts?
I love the fact that I love this group already.
I knew it. This is gonna be a great session.
Look at this team. We're gonna do great.
Yes, like, yes. Does it look like that I am from the guts.
I mean, actually.
Yeah, you do.
Currently,
Yeah, that's not too far off, to be honest.
Okay, I will rephrase. Does it sound like I'm from the guts?
Oh, you don't need to talk. You just need to listen.
Oh man.
Two fucking blunt people are together. This is great.
Exactly. It's just like Mortar just kind of like just sighs. It's like, you know what? Fine.
All right.
Fine. You lead the way. You do the talking, and then I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch.
DM, I'm gonna make a wisdom check in order to recall if I had my disguise on down there or not.
I believe you did not.
He did.
I also believe I did not. So I will shed my disguise and promptly suggest that Mortarin keeps his disguise on.
He would much prefer to keep it on, so he's amicable in this decision of being a biker instead of his normal attire.
Wonderful. We head to the guts.
Oh boy.
My body is rattling.
Bruh, go warm up.
Ugh.
Motherfucker
It's
over
part-
here
it's-
is freezing
it's
in
part-
the
it's-
blood of the temple, man.
It's fuck you. It's partially from the cold room and also just nervous that I don't want to fuck this up.
Alrighty. Well, first things first. Encounter. Ooh.
Hope it's something like really terrible.
God, me too.
We're gonna find out if like we just equalize each other.
We go and see.
It is a roving pack of Tetsugard.
Sick.
They have not quite yet noticed you, but they're just about to.
Oh, we don't want them to notice us.
There are
Especially
three of
in that
them, by the
tyrant.
way.
Hmm. Well, I guess we're going to attempt to if they were normal cops, I'd be like, as long as we just play cool, they probably wouldn't notice us. But I think actually just straight up hiding, if they fucking find us, oh well. If they just see us casually being around, they'll probably just deal it the same way. So, I vote hide in some capacity.
Hold on,
Tyrant.
checking some stuff.
Okay. Also, somehow Shen's channel broke.
Oh, no.
Hooray.
He's shattered,
oh, what the fuck?
Hmm?
broken, millions of pieces.
Ah.
I
Okay.
think Discord is dying again. Oh, it's back.
It might be.
What the hell?
Also, I realized this entire time I've had Poverty's nameplate, but Poverty's out today, so
Poverty's taking a nap.
Yes.
oops.
And how does poverty's trying to nap?
Yeah. Poverty came, said her piece, and Poverty has left. So Poverty will be hanging out.
Yo, your buddy's in jail, dips. Thanks.
All right, see ya.
Wait.
About how long would you say from the moment that we notice them till they get close enough to us?
Like they're just like one of them's just about to spot you.
Do we have access to any alleyways?
Make perception.
No, just fucking tell me.
You gotta.
You know what? Since I'm looking for, I will also make
Bruh.
my perception. So,
Bruh.
Bruh.
that is a 17.
Hear me out, DM. Instead of a perception, can I make a conniption check?
Yes.
I got
Thank
a
you.
23.
All right, you're able to find actually some good alleyways to hide in because that will
Cool.
also factor in if you guys decide to hide or get away.
Cool. I cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Oh shit!
Sweet. We're fucking hiding
We
in
are
that
hiding.
alleyway.
So y'all just vanish into the alleyway.
Yeah, I grab Mortarin by the arm and I just and then cast a spell.
Hmm.
Fuck you, Tetsugard, go away.
Let the guard go away.
Tell the Tetsuguard to fuck and maybe they'll go away.
Oh. Make stealth checks. Add your 10. You also have advantage.
Oh, sweet.
Well, for
Appreciate
Mortarin,
that.
it's just standard, but yeah.
Yeah, it's standard, but it's okay. Considering my so 26.
Nice.
This would be the time for someone to nat one.
30.
30.
Nice.
At 30, dog.
Sweet. Any nat 20s in here?
No nat 20s.
No nat 20s. Yep.
No bitch, no bitches.
Oh,
No
bitches?
nat 20s?
God.
Try this on. Oh yeah, we'll go with this one. So yeah. You cast Pass Without Trace. You find some comfy areas to conceal yourselves in, and just as suspected, the pack of 3 Tetsugard just walk right past you, making cautionary glances all around the alleyways, and then move on. Shortly after, their spotter arrives and also does not see you guys and continues along. Or not
Good.
their spotter,
I was
the
worried
runner.
about that fucker.
Yeah.
Their fourth man.
Yeah, I was worried about that dude.
There's always one more. But yeah, you're able to sneak right past them.
Good.
Hooray! You have gained +1 Mortarin respect. You need 900 to cash in the level 1.
So I say, I just to hear the freaking San Andreas respect gained.
I was gonna say that this is definitely not worth farming.
Oh!
That's understandable.
Have a great day.
Alright, we continue forward.
Alright. You proceed forth. Okay. Nothing seems to perturb you or impede your way, and you make it through one of the many entrances into the guts.
Impossible. I impede them.
Oh, Yasha blocks your way.
Wait.
You are stopped by Yasha.
I make a deception check and attempt to kill myself.
Oh no!
Hold up.
Hold up.
I attempt to make an insight check and save his life.
What?
Alright, we're in the guts. Alright,
Yasha and
Kyron.
Yasha and Kyron are speaking
Lead
their
the
own language now.
way! You told Morton to
We got-
not speak, so he's not speaking.
I walk towards where I bought my bombs.
Oh,
You
all
put your
right.
trust-
You just
Aaron, this is very brave of you.
Yeah, you're taking Dad to see what you bought.
Hey, Dad, check out where I bought these bombs.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
on, the bright,
bombs?
on the bright side, I don't think the dude's gonna come up and be like, "Ah, my #1 bomb customer."
Fair.
Yeah, bet. I don't think they will. I think that's a safe bet to make. Like how Kamigawa won't have another block.
If
It's a safe
Kyron is
bet.
smart, he'll do everything to prevent Mortimer from finding out about the bombs.
Immediately
when he-
start knocking on the and be like, I need more bombs.
Like, right? He's not even trying to hide it.
This is
Mortimer
Karen.
starts somehow telepathically tells Lamine, your uncle has decided to buy bombs.
Uncle?
He has bombs. Yep.
Uncle Kyron.
That's what Lamine takes away from that. It's like,
being-
ignore the mom. Why you uncle? What?
The,
He's yours now.
the line of relationship is starting to get very skewed and gray.
Man,
Much
this-
like
This
I
relationship
became
has
older.
the best.
much like anything in the Eldritch realms, anything is what you make of it.
It's the old perspective. Ever-changing perspective.
But yeah, well, I guess we're gonna go over to the bomb dealer.
Yep.
The bomb smith.
Go to where the bombs were dealt, and I just hang out right there. I'm gonna make a perception check to see if I can see her hanging around.
Make the perception
Knock-
check.
I am not going to knock on the door or anything like that.
Knock
but
on heaven's door.
I do want to make a casual perception check to see if I'm still getting the same dirty looks that I got the last time I was down here. 22.
22. Well, you're in luck. Unsurprisingly, there's plenty of dirty looks going your way, but there's also a pair of dirty looks from one particular hooded character. It's Maxine.
I smile in her direction.
Immediately she storms at you and is just like, "What the hell are
Yes,
you
sir.
doing down here?"
Yes, sir.
Morderin
Oh my
immediately in his mind is like, "You said you didn't know anybody here."
he doesn't.
I got a question or two for you.
It's okay. Kyron would seem like a crazy person if you just like Morderin, shut up.
All right, let's hear it.
I
You
can't.
better have a
Is
damn good
there-
reason to be coming back down here.
Oh, I probably don't. But is there somewhere else that we can go to have this discussion a little more privately?
All right, fine. She gestures to both of you, and
Why?
It's kinda-
Why to both of us?
oh,
Cause
Mordrin's
I'm
not there.
here.
I'm assuming you two are walking together.
I mean, the guts is pretty crowded. Anybody could be hanging out with me by the wall.
I think she's kind
Caught
of
on.
able to catch on with the
It's
fact
like
that you
if
two
you're
kind of
if you're a
walked in.
greeter at Costco, you can tell with the mass amount of people going in if they're related or they're not. Or
Yeah.
if that one kid's trying to sneak on by with a Costco membership that he does not have, but just wants to get into Costco.
I don't know who that is.
You sure? They walked in with you.
I didn't even
Morderin
notice.
just kind of like looks at Kyron, and in his mind he goes, "You sure you want to leave me alone?"
Staying the course.
Morderin just kind of looks at her and just shrugs.
Just shakes her head and is just like, just come with me.
Shake my head at her. Then I shake my head at Morderin. And I shake my head and follow her.
I shake my head.
myself.
Don't forget to shake your head at a random bystander.
SMH, man, SMH.
Morderin would say, "Just shake your head again if you want me to. If you don't want me to follow."
Well, I mean, she seems pretty insistent to you follow, so.
Yeah, I do not shake my head.
Okay, and he will follow then.
All right. Well, she brings you guys to a nearby empty hobo tent, and kind of
Hello.
just kind
Oh, I
of
love
peeks
hobo
around.
tents.
Yeah, it's a nice little hobo tent,
God, I love hobo tents.
and she peeks around to make sure that it's like, no one's hiding behind anything, to kind of make sure it's like okay,
Eavesdrop or.
no one's
I'm
listening.
gonna make a perception check to assist.
Go ahead.
There's a Yasha listening in. He's in the
You
tree.
motherfucker!
Actually, it's Jin.
Ooh, that was terrible. 10.
Well,
Oh.
you see nothing. Smiles.
Yeah,
Smiles.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But does God see something? Cool
Hold
to
on,
see.
let's call him real quick.
Let's
Get
see
the-
this puckered
Quick,
ass.
cleric! Call to God! See if he sees anything!
Yo, Saloon, do you see anything?
Snoring sounds.
No answer.
You know, that's understandable. Have a great day.
What if your patron was Hannibal?
Give me a-
Anyways,
You'd regret having that happen
I'm
to you.
shaking.
You
It
didn't
was
ask
probably
He's
not my
like-
choice. You did not ask for this. It was thrust upon you, and you simply have to deal with it now.
Imagine getting shit talked by your fucking patron every day.
God damn.
But yeah,
Maxine looks at the both of you, fairly annoyed as well. And it's just like, alright, this better be good.
don't worry, Mortar's matching her look, but not because he's annoyed at her. We're both annoyed at the same person.
See, you're bonding. That's what that's Kyron's master plan, was to make you bond over your hatred of him with someone else.
You shared dislike.
Boy, me and Tessa are best friends then, if that's the case.
Yeah, for real. Nope.
His machinations are beyond mortal understanding.
His own too.
Next time I make a warlock that's like I don't know, a great old one or something. The great old one's gonna be named Kyron.
Oh God.
Remind me to do that. Actually, don't. That's a terrible idea.
I'll remind you.
Okay, thank you.
This is a pretty nice place you have here. All things considered.
It's not my place. Now, what do you want?
I mean, little hospitality would be a good place to start.
I'm being hospitable by letting you not get stabbed.
Fair enough. I could use a few holes in me, though, just for future notice.
I'm sure you do.
And she must
Anyway.
be used to his insanity by now.
Anyway, you said you have some sort of little knitting group or an order of people that you have, like, looking at people around here.
People looking at people.
That's it. Just people.
Living in the moment.
What are you talking about?
Did you say something about there's a name for your group, right?
With the watch.
Yeah. Don't suppose any one of you would be like any of the sort of clumsy sort.
What do you mean, what are you getting at?
Have any of your people ever been caught before?
Caught?
Yeah.
You talking about the people down here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of them. But most folks who come down to live here tend to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
So, not really the case. Unless they're out up top and out causing trouble, then they got it because they deserved it.
Anything like that happened recently to any poor soul around here?
What are you getting at with this?
There's a couple people that we know that have been had a similar run-in. Not necessarily bad people, just hanging with bad crowds. Got a little sloppy and ended up getting caught. Just wondering if what happened to them is the same thing that could have happened to somebody else. And the gut seems like just as likely a place for something like that to happen as anywhere up top.
So you got a friend, you've made friends with some troublesome folks then.
I would dare say that I don't have a whole lot of friends. Scratch that. I don't have any friends.
Damn, not even considering Yasha a friend.
He's
Wow.
family.
It's true. He's family. That's different.
You don't turn your back on family.
Oh God.
Oh God. You know what?
Kyron's Vin Diesel.
If we had a Vin Diesel character, it'd be Kyron. Let's be real.
I was watching Fast and Furious movies the other day. Couldn't escape the memes then either.
You can never escape. You can never escape family.
That's it. God damn, I'm out. Leaving. I'm leaving the campaign.
Oh no!
That's it. That was
You
the
can
straw.
turn your back on the campaign,
But you can't turn your
your
back on
family.
family.
Can't
Walked
handle.
into that one.
Oh shit.
You know, you're
think-
right. You're right. I did
But-
Mordrin, by the way, Mordrin doesn't even seem offended at that.
Morton's like, thank God.
Oh,
Thank
you mean I'm
fucking
not
God.
friends? Oh, thank God.
So Maxine's gonna kind of say, so you coming down here to ask us to help you out with a friend who's locked up, right? Where are they locked up at? Toy box? Hanging garden?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm trying to find out if there's any similar situations. Maybe wherever they ended up would be the same place that my friends ended up.
Well, I can't help you if I don't know where your friends are, or where your friend is locked up in. Thing is that every district has its own little lockup place to keep the prisoners and troublemakers. She's talking about
Well-
like lower tier prison.
Yeah, sure. Well, say they did something that maybe the law would consider fairly dire. Where would they go then?
Roll me a roll a charisma check on this.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. Roll
I
a
can't
charisma
wait.
because she's
Mordrin
inciting
is
you on this right
devastating.
now.
Mordrin is
Oh.
just watching this train wreck.
Oh boy. Rizel, if I ever needed your luck. That's alright!
14.
Yeah, I know.
Ethan, it's not bad. It ain't bad.
Probably not enough.
For Tyron, that's not bad.
Okay, I'm gonna roll Maxine's insight on this.
She's gonna fuck me right now.
Mordrin doesn't want to be there if that happens.
Oh. Yeah, she fucked you.
Yeah, I figured.
Mordrin doesn't want to be here. Especially if it gets
Immediately
physical.
as soon as you say that, she goes from like annoyed to very shocked and annoyed, and she's just like, who do you have locked up in Blackrock right now?
I don't know his name. I don't even know the place you're talking about.
She's gonna turn to Maxine. Maxine's gonna turn to you, Border, and be like, are you guys working with high class criminals? I knew it. I shouldn't have sold those bombs to you.
Mm.
Mordrin turns to Kyron and says, "You bought what?"
Oh yeah, check this out. And I pull a bomb out.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
Order
God.
it.
Yo, man, check this out.
Mortarin just looked as shocked and annoyed as Maxine does. Kyron.
I mean, I thought I made it pretty clear that I was looking for explosives, so I don't know why this should come as a shock.
I didn't think you'd actually find them.
Well, I'm full of surprises. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god.
Well, here's a surprise for you. I'm not helping you if it's someone in Blackrock. If they're locked up in there, they probably deserved it. And yeah, I'm not helping you.
That should probably deserve the bullet to the face too.
It's just like, I don't like. Look, I know this place is like a safe haven for folks that want to get away from their crimes, but people who go locked up in Blackrock, you know, that's a real hard. There's a real hard rule on that one, which is you know, you kind of earned that.
Well, how do you know that he earned it? That seems a little unfair.
Look, that's just how things work down here. All right.
Eh. That seems a little. I don't even know the word to describe it. Don't want to call you cowardly. You do what you got to do down here. Don't want to call it wishy-washy. What it comes down to is you guys are doing what you can to survive down here, trying to stay out of the eye of trouble. I get it. Nobody knew until now that I was down here, and unfortunately, because of this one here, now there'll be more people that know about it. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I ain't trying to wait nothing, but you might already be screwed. I mean, my lips are tight as a safe. This one, I can't really hold him accountable.
You talk about Mordrin?
Mordrin
Yeah.
just kind of like glares at Kyron. Like the only
But-
person I'm gonna be talking about is to you. We're going to have a talk.
Do you say this out loud?
Absolutely, he does. Like we're going to have
Oh,
a
no.
talk after
I know exactly who you're gonna spill this to.
To who?
Yeah, act like you don't know.
Mordrin like actually looks like he's starting to
Telling
think
Mom.
about it. It doesn't even take like 5 seconds and he goes, "Oh,
So, are you trying to use the Mordrin and your purchasing of the bombs as kind of a way of like, hey, you either talk or I'm gonna tell them?
No, I would never try to blackmail somebody.
However,
however."
I'm just stating that it's out there.
Roll a charisma check.
Yeah.
don't roll the one.
Do I technically count as helping him? Being a fucking accomplice in this shit?
Yeah.
So then I get an advantage.
This
You
is
get
the mess.
advantage.
These are the
you,
messiest
sir.
negotiations I've ever seen.
It's great.
Watch, these are both gonna be low.
Hey, you got a 14
Well, I got a
again.
14.
Oh, not bad.
Not bad for you.
14's
Actually, I think
not
this is
enough.
exactly what
Peter's gonna
I
fuck
think.
me again.
Gets another nat 20.
Fine.
So you rolled a 17 as your highest?
No. 14 was my highest.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah, I was really hoping for something else, but it is what it is.
Gotta play with the hand you're dealt, you know.
Yep.
Mhm.
In this, though, however, she kind of has a very irate look, but she says, "Look, there's nothing we can help you with, like, provide, but I suppose we can shed some light about Blackrock.
I'm
I can
all
at
ears.
least tell you about why we don't want to help. We try not to help people in Blackrock.
Perfectly fair and understandable. Hit me with it.
Well, kind of to start off, people that go to Blackrock, they don't leave Blackrock. That's it. Period. There isn't anybody that has ever really gone to Blackrock and gotten out. The only exception was that rat who ran the place, but he was paid out. So I suppose that's the only exception to the rule.
The rat that
Alright,
runs the place?
She's referring to Walter.
Makes sense.
That rat who ran the Syndicate. That bastard.
That rat bastard, if you will.
That rat bastard who ran the Syndicate. He was the only exception to the rule, but that's because he had the money for it. Everyone else, bam. Locked up. Never seen the light of day again. Stuck within the confines of that old prison. Folks out here, though, some know folks that are on the inside. And, well, we try and help the people who are affected by those locked away by the prison, but, well, let's just say we had our experiences of trying to help folks bust out and come out here. It didn't go so well.
Like what?
You're gonna need another charisma check on that one.
Charisma check.
I just want to know what went wrong.
What didn't?
Oh!
There's my nat 20, baby.
All right,
Right.
we'll give you the scoop.
Gooped.
Well, there was a time when we were a little more active about, well, prison folk. Nowadays, we don't do too much. Sometimes we'll provide relief and aid to those that are affected by the prison. You know, if someone in the family who was providing for the family suddenly found themselves behind bars, we send in supplies or whatever we could scrounge up to the, to the prisoner's family, or even something to help their time in behind bars be a little less painful. However, in the older times, we used to try and spring people out. You know, the folk that don't belong there, mind you. Anyone that got what they deserved, we wouldn't bat an eye. But
Sure.
now and again, you know, even the law needs to be addressed from the outside of the system, and we were the ones that tend to it. Well, for a while, we did that, and then we had someone who had been wrongfully accused, murdered someone, supposedly, but the details were false. Everything about it was phony. This was an ordeal that really was just some ploy in a shadow game that technocrats were playing, no doubt, that just wanted to have one of their opponents removed from their little game and locked away somewhere safe. Unfortunately, the damages caused some good people to be affected in such a horrible way, and so they turned to us. And with that, we would try ourselves our own heist. Try and break out that said perp. And well, we had everything planned, and everything was going to go off perfectly, but the boat with our crew never came back. We presume that everyone we sent in there to go and save our wrongfully jailed friend never made it out of that prison. Whatever happened to them, well, we don't know. But we lost some good people there. Even
How
some
long
of my
ago
own.
was that?
This was maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, so fairly recent.
I lost family from that. Close friends. Very skilled people.
Sorry
After
to hear
that, yeah. After that, we agreed. No more aid to anybody in Blackrock. And no more busting people out of prison. We could sneak in aid and help their families, but we couldn't risk losing any more good folk.
And nobody in your group tried to rub against the edge and said that they were going to try and do it anyway?
Nope.
Just nodding my head. Still listening, in case she has any more to say.
That's about it, as much as that's more or less about it in terms of the story itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Look, if your friend is locked up there, there's nothing we can do. At least, nothing we can provide you with. We do have some of the old maps that we use to plan in the heist. And maybe some other small bits of information, but honestly, if you're going there, you're not gonna make it out.
Understandable. Wouldn't say I necessarily have a death wish, but I also don't have a whole lot to live for, so anything you could give me would probably be just fine.
Alright. We'll go and we'll collect some of those.
Appreciate your time.
He did it.
He did it. He did.
And after your guys'
What
exchange, Maxine heads back to the bomb seller guy, and
Oh,
long after.
Agewick.
Yep, good old Agewick.
Good old
And
Agewick.
she pretty much comes back with some rolled up maps and some documents that are
About how many?
very 2 documents and a couple maps.
Okay.
What are the documents?
I'm gonna pass the documentation to Morderin.
And he's going to stash it away for now because he's not going to be reading
Ooh.
about
Yeah.
fucking Blackrock in front, just
Yeah.
in.
She's definitely practicing a modicum of
Level.
discretion when she's handing you all
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah, and
What's that?
Morderin is very keen on following her example on putting it away.
Only Blackrock, guys.
It's only the most like maximum
It's-
security prison in Braslav.
It's only Alcatraz, guys. Come on.
It's only Alcatraz.
Morderin now,
How many
Morderin now
people
wishes
were?
that he had the bag of holding, but it's fine.
How many people were involved in that operation?
Not counting the boat crew, about a dozen good folks. Some of the finest members of our watch.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Thanks. Anyways, if that's everything you're looking for, I'd like for you guys to leave.
Get out. Understandably, get out. Get out.
I look down at the ground, and I'm gonna turn my head to Morderin and just kind of think for a little bit.
Uh-huh. Are we not
Yeah,
leaving?
we'll take our leave.
I'm still gonna tell the mean about this.
Doesn't matter. It was gonna happen one way or another. The
Whether it
important
was
thing is that we got some sort of lead.
Got something out of it. Weaponized Morderin.
oh,
Oh,
What?
We should take these back to base and then refigure out our plan of attack. Without any kind of names, we don't really have anybody to use as a scapegoat. We have a number of people we could totally throw that adventuring party under the bus, but knowing Kaguro, I don't know how willing he is to react in any other way other than they're probably dead.
Oh, it's worth a check. It's always worth
death.
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 Nonetheless, we should definitely get these documents back so that we're not carrying them on us.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Alright,
We go home.
we make haste.
You return. While you make your return, we're gonna move to group 2.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, group 2.
Who's group 2?
So anyway, a
That's
plane
you,
just
clown.
falls on Yasha.
Ah!
All right.
Dodges.
You are suddenly attacked by a Gru.
Oh shit!
I died.
Yeah, you are eaten by the Gru.
Oh!
Shit! A Gru! Ugh. Right. To Timur's place. Wherever Shen is.
I should be.
There's Shen.
Just make sure that nothing's going wrong in my end.
The demons are attacking.
Man,
Yep.
I'm attacking very hard then. I can't feel them.
Lol.
It's because they're not in the mood, but they're gonna try. Yeah.
For a hug, honestly. Where are my hug demons at?
The Zine Chug demons.
Oh,
Or the Slaneshi Hug demons.
the Slaneshi hug demons.
I'm not sure if that's better.
They do terrible things like hold your hand as well.
Pretty.
Terrible.
Not a big
Absolutely
fan of
terrible.
the things that are going on.
Deplorable state of affairs.
Really
yeah.
depraved.
To Timur's joint.
Well, what do we
Alright.
wanna? What is it we want to ask him?
Anything he may know about the guard
I mean, how much?
rotations or how much?
How much do we tell him? Is kind of what I mean. Like, how much are we willing to go into it?
I don't know. I trust Timur a lot concerning, well, he trusts us with Yuki.
That's a fair point. Do you want to lead or do you want me to?
It doesn't really matter. We both had experience with Timur. Either or. Depends. We'll see how it goes, I suppose.
Okay. I'd suggest you go first, and then I'll chime in if I need to.
Okay.
Alright. As with Group 1, Group 2, we roll encounters.
All
Oh,
right.
shit.
Come on, Jin.
It's actually Jin.
Oh,
Shut
shit.
up.
So, I mentioned
you found
this
the meme.
to you.
Shut up. No way.
Remember how I said that I was gonna start doing a little bit up in the frequency a little bit with this?
He's here.
Fuck.
Yeah. Jin's here.
Have you noticed them?
Yes. This time he has noticed you.
Fuck.
Have
I'm
fun.
sorry.
And yeah, so to provide a little context, I had made mention that I think I wanted to step up the intensity of these danger, and I decided that every time there was a missed opportunity of Jin not showing up, that I would increase the DC of dangerous things, running, like, you know, you guys running into dangerous things, which also consequently ups Jin's likelihood of encounter by just 1, and I rolled a 19.
Fuck.
He's here.
So,
Yeah.
on the good news though, that's gonna reset back to 20. On the bad news is Jin's here,
Here.
He is
Yeah.
currently here.
and he is looking right at you, Lamine.
Oh.
He says like, "Ah, if it isn't the person I've come to see, you look a
Lamine Chan.
lot, you look a lot different though. But have no fear. Anyone who survives dealing me once in a fight, I'd never forget him."
So I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Totally hearing
Do you
Majima.
need
It's,
something?
Lamine Chan.
Hmm?
Did you need something?
Yes, well, a couple things. One, I am in a desperate need of a rematch. After all, I did beat you, but I never earned my prize, nor did I slay you outright. So I think it's fair between the two of us that we at least try and have another go. You know, another duel, perhaps for that sword of yours.
Not here though.
No.
Well, that's a shame. I wasn't really asking.
But he's just gonna fight her out in the street, just out in the open?
Oof.
If
Alright,
you start
dude.
fighting me,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a duel.
What We'll make it simple. 3 quick rounds, and then I'll get out of your hair. If you win, we'll pick it up another time. If you lose, that sword is mine.
I'm not giving you that sword.
Well, that's fine, because I'm more than happy to take it from you after I've beaten you in this game. In this duel.
You know this only works if you both agree to it, correct? You beating me will not suddenly make me want to give it to you, or have any inclination at all to be amicable towards you.
That's fine. I
do
could just
not
knock.
care.
I could knock you unconscious and take it. I have no problems with that. Anyways, and he draws his blades. He's got both out this time. 3 rounds. If I could knock you out in those 3, that sword is mine. If not, well, I guess we'll just part ways.
Yeah,
For now.
Yasha's standing awkwardly on the side.
Yep. And he's not even acknowledging you. Yasha's like, no.
Yeah, just Yasha on the side, like, okay.
Last sesh we had Akechi v Mordrin. This sesh we get Jin. V. Lamine.
That friendly duel. This is not friendly.
This
This
is
is not a friendly duel.
This is not a friendly duel. You got 3 rounds. There's gonna be 2 hits. I hit you, you hit the floor. No, I'm kidding.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Where am I going? What am I doing?
What aren't you doing?
What is my initiative? Yeah,
This one's
go.
gonna be without the lyrics.
Right.
Oh, 8.
Good.
He goes first.
As
Oh, what a
expected.
surprise.
Jin strikes. What's your AC?
17?
Okay. First one lands. I'm just gonna do his 3 attacks.
Okay.
Second one lands.
Swore
Third
with an
one
18.
misses.
She's not wearing her plate.
Ah.
Okay. Here comes the damage.
Uh,
26 D6.
He does 20. No, he does 40.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Ah!
So first attack. So first attack is 18 damage,
which I reduced to 15.
and second attack, 8 damage.
Reduced to 5.
High and low.
Strike back.
I have 69 HP. Nice.
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 Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna.
Get him. Get him.
Welcome up.
Do your
Fucking try.
fullest attack.
Whoa.
That's a hit.
Oh.
14 probably won't do.
It misses.
No.
I'm smiting.
This guy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fuck him up.
Fuck Jin.
Fuck.
Fuck
this
him up.
guy.
Oh, I need to bring him front and center for this.
Fuck, comma, Jin.
Jin, where is your picture?
Oh.
I can reroll that one.
Ow, ow.
Go ahead.
That is 24 total damage. I missed that smite. That should be 3d8. Drop the last 2.
Okay, so what's the total?
22.
22? Let me just get.
Because that was a
Jin's-
second level smite.
We're
I
moving.
mistyped
Things are happening.
Cool. Here's Jin.
and I'm casting
Yeah.
casting Sanctuary on myself as well.
Which does.
He has to make a wisdom save before he can attack me.
Okay.
Is that what it looks like? What a shit eater.
That's kind of.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's kind of the reference for him. I'm using Okada Izo because he kind of has the same
Same
sort
energy.
of energy. Yeah, same energy.
Fucking shit eater.
He'll make that wisdom check. He
14.
what was it?
14.
He passes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here comes his barrage of attacks. Not a crit. That's a miss. And another miss. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a heated battle.
Yeah. Poor Yasha, just imagine is just nervous on the side.
Just awkwardly sits on the side.
So 16
Aw.
damage.
Used to 13. Okay.
Go ahead.
This Pokemon battle is out of control.
God.
Pokemon
It's between
Stadium.
The trainers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except it's between the trainers, not the Pokemon.
The most violent of battles.
Exactly.
Oh,
Damn, these trainers need to chill.
The Pokemon trainers are going at it, and the Pokemon themselves are like, "Yo, chill!"
Bruh.
When the Pokemon are trying to calm down the trainers.
Pikachu doing his
I'm not-
Pikachu face while he's watching Ash catch him punch the
This is
shit out of
fucking-
Brock.
I would
delivers
wait
a
for that
roundhouse kick to Ash's stomach. Oh!
Ew.
He's
Ew.
big
Oh,
boss.
worst.
Oof.
Man, I started out strong with that first attack, and then it just went
Yeah.
downhill from me.
Sputtered.
He's gonna opportunity off that fumble,
Okay,
but he misses.
fantastic. As
Lamine is just so passively meh about this battle.
meh. I mean,
Mostly just like, I'm just
Kind of
trying
not,
to
but-
die.
she is also pretty
Annoyed.
meh towards Jin. Shield of
Right.
Faith as well.
Wait, what's up?
I'm casting Shield of Faith
Uh,
as my
Plus
bonus.
AC.
Plus AC, yeah.
Plus
Plus AC.
my AC is now 19.
swing again.
Eat shit eater.
Cheer
Oof,
in the
not a
box.
crit though.
I will take not crits.
So
Cheer in the box.
that's a miss. And
What's it
another
doing now?
close call. Jesus.
Thunder.
Thunder.
12.
To
And
10.
then
Oh no, 9.
13.
To
That's
10.
10.
All right, go ahead and swing back. Ooh, that's a hit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a hit.
Go,
These are
Lamine,
hits.
go!
This Pokemon goes down with a goodbye.
That's a pretty hefty hit.
That's a meaty hit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
sir, yes, sir,
Let me
yes, sir.
hit!
Woo!
More meaty hits.
Finally,
Almost the
redemption.
exact same roll. Times actually.
Damn, nice.
2 smites. Coming through.
That double smite.
Yep.
Well, Jin
Such.
definitely feels it, but he just like takes it
cool.
on the chin and keeps on smiling. After that, he disengages from you, and he's just like, "All right, you're tough, but you're still miles behind me."
Sure.
And with that, he does sheath both of his katanas and just sort of gives this smug laugh. He's like, I'd be the winner, and I'd be more than happy to take that sword for beating you twice now. But I suppose that I agreed that I'd take it from you when I've had you knocked cold.
I suppose you did.
Continues to stand there awkwardly.
Well, you keep at it. Maybe you'll catch up to me. Maybe. But in the meantime, hope you don't have any more troubles with Brosnov's little crazy night that it's having.
Brosnov seems to be made of trouble, unfortunately.
It's the perfect kind of home, really. Alrighty. Well, I best get going before the guards come checking out what the ruckus was about. Have fun. And with that, he gives one smug laugh as he proudly parades away.
He seems really interested in you, Lamine.
Annoyingly.
Yep.
What a peacock.
Not.
Anyway, let's continue on.
And
Shows up.
there goes the battle.
Yeah, that rolls next encounter. It's a 20.
Fuck.
It's over. It's all over.
But wait, I'm not done yet.
I'm putting my myself, by the way.
I'll hand. If there's any other fights, I'll handle them from here. Let me.
Feel free to make perception checks, by the way.
Sure.
Ideally, we could avoid other fights. Unfortunately, we tangled with
The
one
one,
of the few
guy.
who is absolutely not interested in that and is only looking for a fight.
Yep. I think it's high time, like, Jin had shown up anyways. Well, you guys have gone months without seeing him.
Yeah.
The dice have
No,
been
not
nice.
months. I mean, technically in real life months, yes.
18 on my perception.
That's
Okay.
true.
14.
A couple things. Yasha, you were able to kind of get a bead on, just as Jin kind of casually warned, yeah, the cops are on the way. But you know that they're only coming from one particular direction, so you're able to kind of get an idea,
Go
like,
the other way.
okay, we're gonna go this way, and you will have advantage for your next stealth roll. For the both of you. In addition to that, Lamine, you do happen to notice that on Jin's person, while your encounters with him have been kind of few, you notice that one of his two katanas looks a little different. He's probably switched them up.
Okay. Interesting.
When
Not
he
even fair.
when he was using his katanas, normally, I mean, they were just kind of like your standard run-of-the-mill katanas. These, however, had a very teal sheen to it on the blades.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind, I suppose. Could be good to know.
Yeah. In addition to that, they had even the handguards looked a little different too. So you can
Fancy blades.
you can tell whatever Jin was using was not his typical loadout, or at least not typical of what he usually carries around his hips.
He got some new stuff.
He got some dripped out katanas.
Apparently.
He got the extra drippy swords.
Ew.
They're so drippy they moist.
Ew.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Roll your stealth checks with
Ah.
advantage.
Right.
Because, yeah, Tetsuguard come running after they hear, just a nice little exchange in the street. Nice little coat of iron.
Not the advantage, but 19's fine.
Bueno.
15 and 19.
And that's what I got.
You can because heavy armor.
Yeah, that is with advantage.
Well,
Yeah. I just thought so. It's like, oh yeah.
to your favor, you are able to avoid the Tetsuguard who come to investigate you and Jin's little spar.
Exchange.
Yep. How hard did he hit you, by the way?
He brought me down to
Like
what was
30
that?
something?
I was at 37.
Whew.
Heavy hits.
Yeah, it's Jin don't joke around.
Yeah, but still, I think Lamine did about as much damage, especially at the end. So,
Hmm.
We're
Well,
level
you're not-
7, right?
Were you not under the bounded field?
we don't know actually.
Yeah, I have no
No,
idea.
you were under the bounded field.
Oh,
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was not.
I know it was an in the moment thing, and I was like, man, these are some great hits. And then I was like, oh, that's right, only Jin's benefiting from this, only
Yeah.
Jin's like not feeling it from the bounded field. Because Jin was hitting you full strength with those swords.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't. Honestly, I wasn't. Maybe if you had landed some crits in, but I wasn't awfully worried.
Hmm. In any case,
Luckily, Lynn is kind of a chonker now.
yeah.
Still doing 46 damage on across two hits is
Not bad.
seems pretty good.
That's real freaking nice. Now that's something that can hurt him.
Yeah. Anywho.
We progress.
Yep.
Move on.
After your fateful encounter with a not so wonderful acquaintance, you make your way to La Magenta, and you arrive at to meet with Timur. And yeah, the Vinton Yakuza greets you guys, and he's just like, I hope
Hey,
there's
Timur.
news about Walter.
He did actually have something to pass on to you.
Oh.
It isn't terribly nice. I quote, you can lay down in a ditch and die.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like Walter.
Oh yeah, you
Ah.
definitely met that guy.
Yasha says, I don't think you really meant it.
It's like, yep, that's definitely Walter.
Seemed like he was.
Does he
meant
tell
it
that
at
to
the
everyone?
moment.
Does he tell that to a lot of people? I know sailors say that to each other all the time, but they don't really mean it.
I
Well, he
wouldn't.
was-
I wouldn't go testing that if I were me.
Oh, I think that's fair. And how's Yuki?
The lady's fine. She's
That's
been
good.
relaxing in my stead, or in the stead of my household.
I see. That's good.
Yeah. I hope that Walter had more to say than hoping that I'd lay down in a ditch and die.
Well, that would be for Lemaine since I wasn't there.
Mostly that he had no interest in getting involved.
I feared as much. After all, you have quite literally everything blow up in your face and end up like how you do. Probably don't want to look back at your old crimes.
Well, Date, well, out of character, Date did say he might come around. Just give him some time, but still.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
that things, but also Lamine is like not counting on what ifs.
Yeah.
Please just saying what happened. Yes, I suppose all that went down would do that to a person. Make them rethink things. Loss can do that,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you lose everything that you have and what you were.
Quite literally for old Walter. That
Listen,
man
did you-
lost everything. All his money, all of his, his entire syndicate, everyone who worked under him, including me, gone.
Was it really that bad?
Yes, it was. Everything blew up in his face, all because his brother decided that, the show was over.
Walter's brother.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
He called him the Duke of Havoc, and he earned that title quite fittingly. He
What?
was really good at messing things up. Sometimes for the better of our little operation, but also for the worse. And it was usually at the cost of, dear old Walter. Anything he had his hands on that he personally took investments to, he had to be careful around his brother. Anything that got too close to his brother that he wanted, well, eventually would end up destroyed, ruined, or just be handled in such a way that would just no longer make the whole prospect worth it to him.
That bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Whether it was by his own design or just simply just the kind of person he was, it was something that he had to live with. But Walter wasn't quite the man to just let go of his brother, so I can at least respect him for that.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm. Shame too. All that money gone. Ugh. I could have sworn the man could have retired happily with how much he was making. Personally, if I was me, in Walter's shoes, I would have put that bastard in a ditch, taken my money and run.
Seems like he's a bit more sentimental than that.
Perhaps. It wasn't like he was cornered. I mean, the man could have done it easily. Hell, he could have gotten hitched with that lady if he wasn't so scared that his brother was gonna try and steal her. Haha.
Lady?
Well, I'm already talking too much. Let's not talk about Walter anymore. At least not from that perspective.
Nods.
Anyways,
Well,
I hope there's more for you to bring other than ill tidings regarding Walter.
that would be on the mean if there was anything to bring.
Not at the moment, unfortunately.
Our help in exchange for information, perhaps? Depending?
I don't know. You're kind of here just to get some possible advice.
Well, I can give you some advice, sure.
I suppose there's no easy way around it, so...
Not really.
What do you know about BlackRock?
BlackRock.
Yeah.
Immediately, he's just like a very, very concerned and just, like, he's not happy to hear the name BlackRock mentioned.
No, I imagine not.
I imagine not.
This is not a fun subject
Nope.
for anyone.
Why the hell do you want to know about BlackRock?
Well... Let us just say that there's unfortunately a, not just a friend in there, but someone we desperately need in there.
Well, unless you're best friends with a technocrat or one of the technocrats or the high marshal, or you happen to be as rich as a technocrat, then I suggest you quit being friends with them.
Bad?
And if that wasn't on the table,
Well, you're more than welcome to come visit High Rock. I'm sure there's plenty of ways to land you in there. Hell, you may as well start telling the Tetsu guard where you're at, and I'm sure they'll get you a quick ticket over there.
well, ideally not.
Yeah. Well, you probably know the rumors. Anything that goes to Blackrock stays in Blackrock. And, well, the rumors are true. Only one man's gotten out, and that was Walter. And he bought his way out.
It is time to change things. But, so there has been no attempts at anyone ever trying to break in or out of there.
Oh, sure, people have tried to go in and out of the place all the time, but, well, I mean, the place is just too damn locked tight. It sits on an island far from the shipping lanes. It's out of the way of anything, so anyone approaching it is, you can't quite disguise your way to get in as some passing lost vessel. At least that would probably be your best bet if you wanted to go by sea. Which I suppose would be your only bet.
I'm not going to walk there.
It'd be quite well. I mean, gosh, it's like I could walk there.
I suppose if you somehow got one of the local navies to make a fleet for you, you could bust them out. But considering it's an old sea fortress, that would be quite quite a difficult prospect.
Hmm.
Yep,
So you're-
it's a
so you-
hole in the ocean, far from the rest of the world, and cut away. Anything that goes in just stays there. So, unfortunately, there's no way to sneak in with a ship, because they'll just see you coming.
Hmm. And I assume that they have things against airships as well.
Oh, well, not really. I suppose they wouldn't really have anything against airships. As you see, most airships aren't really that big, and they don't really stay afloat for too long. That's why there's half a day's travel. Anyone dumb enough to fly that far out, well, they just run out of gas and crash into the ocean.
Hmm. Hmm.
About 15, 20 years ago, there used to be, actually, about, I'm sorry, I'm mixing my dates up. About eight or so years ago, there was an airship that could stretch its entire distance around the world and back. But that bad boy has crashed long ago. Considered it a failed attempt at a Brosnov wonder.
Hmm. And do you know where this might have crashed?
Straight into the ocean.
Straight into the ocean.
Yep.
Let's see.
Let's just say that some of the technocrats wanted an aerial armada to deal with Vitten and Bastion threat alike, and it hadn't gone quite as well planned.
Hmm. So, if somehow we found an airship to get there and back, that would I suppose that would definitely make it easier, since there's not much defending against a airship out there, is there?
Not really. The fortress is quite vulnerable to anything that could go over it, but I wouldn't say that it's helpless. And
No.
anyone who would want to bust inside still has to deal with its armed guards.
What kind of guards are we talking here? They must surely not be anything like mech suits or something, right? Considering they're out there in the middle of these ocean.
No, not necessarily. I hear that the mechanized guys from the Slayer Force aren't big. From
Makes
what
sense.
from what I can tell, they are from another specialist group. They call them the Ghost Group. They're well, as their title implies, they're less big suits and more on the quiet side. They're
I see.
folks that can get in and out of places, ironically, which makes them very, very ideal for such a fortress, because it makes for the ideal training ground when you think about it.
A fortress being an ideal training ground for stealth? I suppose so.
Mm-hmm. Which, of course, in turns just makes their security all the better.
Hmm.
After all, if your guards know how to get in and out of their own place, then they know which routes that any prisoners or intruders would take.
I see. If that was the case, wouldn't there be people who have left that prison, uh, possibly disgruntled or unhappy with the way that prison's being handled?
What do you mean?
Well, if any institute, there's always some people who are unhappy, whether it's for one reason or another, right?
I suppose so. Maybe there's some trainees that might have failed the program or simply quit.
That's what I was thinking, or perhaps someone who is disgruntled. I mean, I don't think that they'll treat those criminals quite right on that island. So
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine even if you were skilled, maybe you didn't have the heart to stay there.
Yeah, well, the Tetsu Slayer Force are a pretty hardy bunch, so you're not likely to find any amongst their rank that would feel that way.
Hmm.
However, the failed trainees, well, they're not quite Tetsu Slayer Force material now, are they?
That's true, and they would still have at least the training.
Mm-hmm. And the experience of knowing what goes on in there.
I suppose that's a good start too.
I'm not gonna attempt to dissuade you from whatever harebrained scheme you're gonna go for in terms of this rescue attempt, but I am gonna give you a fair warning about it. There have been a number of people who have been attempted. Even Walter himself has sent guys in. That fortress cannot be cracked.
Well, unfortunately, I'm afraid we have no other option.
Well, that's quite the predicament then.
No other option, at least not an option to do nothing. Perhaps not necessarily breaking in, but it is indeed not an option.
Roll a persuasion check.
I don't know if I can assist with this, but I can, like a duo talk being like an assistance of sorts.
17.
All right. I'll give it to you then. He'll share one little bit of information. I think there's one gal who could probably fix things for you. Mind you, she's never been to the island, but she knows how to get in and out of places. And, he's a good friend of mine from back in the day. I think she might be able to help you with at least getting to and out of the island, assuming you're able
That
to
alone would
get out.
that alone would be a good help.
You'll find her probably having a drink with some of the sailors in North Sea Port. Look for a gal named Eris.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Eris.
Check any tavern. I'm sure you'll find her. She's a lot easier to find than your last bar diver. That's for sure.
I hope so.
Hopefully she's not gonna drink my blood.
Oh,
Hopefully she won't be as in trouble either.
the only other idea I had was maybe consulting Gilbud.
God.
The moment you said airship, I was like, oh boy, I know where
The only other person I can consult is Gilbud, and that's because
I know where
Yasha
his
is
head
on
is.
decent terms with him. So
Yeah. You
Yeah.
are on somewhat decent terms, and he does have an airship that
Well,
is
it would not-
it is a high performing airship.
but it would not be necessarily a high performance airship you would need. He might even just be like, hey Gilbud, can you outfit an airship to last a while?
He's
'Cause
only
if
got
they
the Wind Eater.
Well, yeah, but he's geared. Was it the idea is he's like a car enthusiast. He's really put work into his own car. But it's like going to another car and be like, hey, can you just give this like an extra large gas tank? Because if they don't have any methods in which to really fend off airships, speed is no longer a necessity because it's like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, like they've got
They can shoot upwards, but
they can shoot their guns at you, but that's about it.
if you fly high enough, the bullets can't reach you that well.
Yeah.
And not to mention naval cannons don't if you're expecting ships and it flies at you, naval cannons don't exactly swivel up that high.
They don't have the elevation for that.
Yeah, so it would be small arms fire at most, so you could just armor the bottom and the underside parts of a ship with a small arm fire protectant. You wouldn't need any other armor because you're hopefully not squaring up against other airships, and we can work our way from there.
Yeah. No, they don't really. Yeah, that place was never built with the idea of airships in mind because, well, it's an old fortress. Airships weren't really a thing when it was built.
Exactly. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe an infiltration point via airship. Yeah, however, that high.
Also, his point of like still kind of have to get on the ground though.
It's true, but
Slow fall.
Yeah, there's trick. I mean, if you can get an airship with an extra large gas tank out there, I'm sure you can find a way to have a exit and entry point onto said airship as well. Just give yourself like just have slow fall. as you fall down, and when it's time to leave, you just get you just pop a balloon and you exfiltrate yourself onto the airship or something.
Just
Yeah,
Fulton.
we do what the we do what the Hydra did.
You Fulton press yourself back onto the airship.
You know,
You know.
easy.
Fulton rolling off, and he's like, ah!
Sneaks up on Tetsuguard, sticks a Fulton device on him.
Yep.
He's coming too. All right.
He's coming too. All right, boss.
Or just capturing Tetsuguard and not recruiting them.
God.
I know this guy. His name is Pistol Bobcat. Really good at was it extortion and interrogation techniques.
Yep. This man has convinced over 2,000 people to join his cause.
Lives in an old fortress in the middle of the sea too. Wouldn't you believe it?
Damn.
But no. Okay, so those are two good ideas. And I guess the last thing I would ask him is like, do you know of anyone important that, besides the ghost unit, anyone important that would visit the fort? And how big is this place anyway?
Well, the fortress itself is actually fairly large.
Well, it rests on an island. Is it just the fortress, or is it an island and a fortress?
Well, I would say it's more like just a big fortress sitting on a rock in the middle of the ocean. But there is a small port for when ships used to be stationed out there. So
I see.
it's not like it's like 90% fortress and then like 10% island, which is to say there's like a dock.
I see.
But it's like mostly just a big freaking castle sitting on the water. Yeah. It says like you can look up stuff on the fortress in pretty much any old library too, because they keep records about that thing. The Brosnov likes to flex about how their precious island saved their asses from the Vitten quite a few times.
Here's a question. How many ships are on that island, actually, now that I think about it?
On the island itself? Not many. All things considered, they only have a few ships. Things to get supplies in and prisoners in, and maybe a few things to send out. And the Iron Drake. That's the other thing. But so far, that thing hasn't budged an inch for centuries, so... Make of that what you will. I suppose that thing may as well be part of the island at that point.
I assume that's their warship?
The Iron Drake. You've never heard of it?
Can't say I have.
It was considered one of Brosnov's first wonders.
Is it really that wondrous?
Well, for the time it was the biggest warship they ever created at the time. Compared to it now, it's about the size of most average warships. However, it carried on some rather unique properties that that won the day. Well, aside from its oversized ship that carried tons and tons of guns, it was a partially automated ship. It ran with a very, very small crew. And most of the crew had to just simply maintain parts of the ship, but the thing could practically run itself. Cannons were self-loading. The ship had its own navigation system in which, well, the captain would simply give out orders by word, and the ship would steer itself, quite literally.
I see. Interesting.
Yep.
And this technology is not really featured in any other ships I've noticed.
Not really, no. It was a thing that ran on quite a limited and expensive resource, and the magics used to it, well, the magics used weren't quite looked up upon and not quite readily accessible anymore.
I see.
Not to mention, things that take people out of the factor means less people with jobs, you know?
And would any particular artificers find this interesting if they could have it?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of collectors that would be more than happy to have that thing docked near them. But considering that's a part of history, having the Iron Drake anywhere outside of that hole in the sea will probably raise a few eyebrows. After all,
Understandably.
it's a piece of Brosnov history, living piece, really.
I see. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Do any important people visit that island? You know, like visit.
I suppose the High Marshal comes in to check it out once in a while.
Do you know when he does that? Would be if we decide to go through this plan, it would be a real shame if he appeared while we were
Nah,
there.
that would be a real shame. I can't say that I can't say when the High Marshal would go, but given the kind of eccentric he is, visiting an old musty prison would probably not be something he'd put on his to-do list very often.
I see. Especially with what's going on in Brosnov right now, I imagine he definitely would not want to do that.
Oh no, he's definitely not gonna be there.
Let's see. All right.
Yeah, with all the trouble that you guys have caused, I'm surprised he's not out and about hunting you guys for sport. Let's just say he's a bit of a hands-on man.
That much so, huh?
Mm-hmm. When the man's not running the city and keeping the peace, well, let's just say he loves to go hunting.
Not animals.
Well, yes and no.
Hmm.
Well, so long as he's not on us yet.
I have
Yep.
time.
Actually, do have a headache.
Yep.
I see.
He's definitely does not take after his predecessors at all. Previous ones were very laid back, armchair commanders, so to speak. This one, well, let's just say
He's not interested in the chair.
he's not interested in the chair or the office, unless he means to mount it with a new trophy, of course.
Interesting.
Yeah. At least that's what I've heard from on high.
I see.
I'm a little thankful that he was only partly instated in during the Syndicate's reign. I'm sure Walter would have had a real run for his money if this man was working when he was starting out.
You know, I didn't ask this earlier, but what kind of people are in Blackrock anyway?
The prisoners?
Yeah.
Well, big troublemakers. Folks like me and Walter, that's for sure. Folks like
Is there really that?
Hmm?
As I say, is there really that many large troublemakers that warrants such a large island to be prisonized?
Well, it took a lot of people to run the Syndicate, so you make the math on that one.
See.
Brosnov is at least in one particular way, they're not too adamant about considering execution over anything. However, they do try and make use of every aspect of their lives. Pragmatism, in a way. And for those who end up in the prison, well, I suppose they find their way to be useful.
One way or another.
Yep. They probably work on construction sites out there, or probably just have probably just do something on those islands. After all, nothing goes on out there, so I'm sure they're doing something with those prisoners over there.
That is a question, isn't it? I mean, you can't just have them laying around doing nothing. What could they be doing out there?
Likely manual labor.
Inside of a prison? I suppose like a factory.
Mm-hmm. That's what we think. Unfortunately, only one person who's come back has been on the inside, and that's Walter, so. And
I see. He's not cooperating, so that's fine.
Man. I suppose bringing up things about his past would put him in a bad mood. Though I can't imagine talking to him about his prison sentence would be that painful.
I can't imagine it's not going to help his mood any, though, so maybe it's best to just leave off that subject.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's all this information you provided thus far is really good.
Indeed. Oh, also for those ghost unit guys, since we've got those Tetsu Slayers out and about, they're gonna be out here too. And do keep your eyes out for them. They tend to work better during the night hours.
Well, I would assume that's part of their name.
Mm-hmm. I don't know too much about them, but from what I recall, when they from a rather credible source, supposedly the ghost unit was built in with the idea um, of infiltration and shock tactics, and supposedly they had developed a method of making highly trained and powerful warriors be able to just seemingly appear and disappear out of nowhere.
Technology, you think?
Uh, well, they are a wonder of Brosnov.
You know, this is maybe another crazy idea, but perhaps it might do to hunt some ghosts ourselves.
Active operative members. Good luck.
It was just a theory.
If you're looking
Okay.
to find some of those guys, then I'd say you're in for some real trouble. They're much more trained than your average Tetsuguard, if the rumors are to be believed.
Well, the way I see it is, if we can't take on the ghost on this turf, what hope do we have of breaching the prison?
True.
At the very least, if we get beaten up by the ghosts here, we have a chance of getting away. If we get beaten up by the ghosts while we're on the island, it's pretty much over. I guess it's, in a way, it's a way to see if we're ready or not. But not only that, I was thinking that if we actually do beat them up, we can see whether it's technology or not that's enabling them to be sneaky, and if it is, maybe we can use that for ourselves when we infiltrate that island.
Using their own tech against them. I like it. Well, if you're able to pin down a couple ghosts, then I'm sure you'll find something out of your experience. And if not, well,
Yeah,
I guess it was nice knowing you.
I think we'll be all right. At the very least, we can get away from. At least have a chance of getting away from them here rather than on the island.
That's true.
Not saying it's a good chance. It is a chance.
Just be warned. While I don't know the full details, I do know these mechanized Tetsuguard. They're definitely a lot. They definitely a lot more powerful than anything we've really seen. I feel.
I suppose maybe a bit of training and gearing up is in order then.
All I'm saying is, whenever you have your run-in with these guys, do be careful.
As ever, I'll keep that in mind.
Alright. Well, good luck on your prison break.
In due time, do keep an eye on the news.
I'll keep that in mind. What did your man even do to get his ass landed in there?
That's a good question, Lamine. Do you know?
He shot a Tetsu guard in the face.
Nice.
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 Understandable. That's an understandable reaction. Nice.
Nice. I'll have to keep
Nice.
that in mind if I'm ever caught.
Well, it was good seeing you tomorrow. Nice to hear about Yuki. Did she need help with anything, or?
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, What did they say? It's information's not free. Figured I'd offer my help at least a little.
You've nothing to worry about for now. This one's a freebie, even if I am somewhat enabling you on something that's a very bad idea. Consider this one's on the house. Just try and get Walter to warm up. Maybe try one more time.
Will do. I have to play careful around him, but I'm sure in due time, perhaps.
That is That is something we intend to do. Just letting him cool down and come to terms with it. He
Alright.
didn't seem to be in the best of moods in the first place.
Well, that'll definitely hurt ya. Alrighty. Well, get going. I don't wanna keep
All
you.
right, it's time
What?
we get going.
Relating to Eris, is there anything? Should we mention you at all to avoid any complications or difficulties?
Oh yeah.
Would that
Me
make
and
things
Eris
easier?
we go back. We're good. We're quite good friends.
Okay.
And don't worry, she won't be a big troublemaker like Lady Yuki. Mai might be the drama queen, but Lady Eris is well, let's just say she's very amicable when it comes to profiting. So
Lamine is just thinking, as long as she doesn't steal my room, I think we'll be fine.
no,
Understandable.
she might steal your coin though, but I'm sure she'll be more than happy to wager assistance.
Well, Lamine is broke right now.
Well, there's a pretty good bargaining chip out in the harbor of Blackrock Fortress. If it- for anyone without any sentimental value, that ship is probably a lot of coin.
Yep.
And I was thinking, Gilbud. I'm pretty sure Gilbud would be interested in getting some automated systems for his own ship.
Oh yes.
Yeah, just one up it. Steal a warship too while we're at it.
Break into
I
a
mean,
maximum
break
security
into-
prison.
mad.
Steal a magical warship.
You know,
Yeah.
if anybody could fucking do it, it'd be Yasha.
I mean, on the one hand, we can. We'll discuss the plan when we all get together when we're actually together.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was the only thing I wanted to know. So we can bid Tamir farewell.
Yep.
All right.
Farewell.
And yep.
Farewell.
Goodbye, y'all.
All right. Back to the group then. That was got a lot of good information.
You sure did.
Yeah.
All right. You rendezvous back at the toolbox.
Reconvene.
Yep.
We didn't go to the place where we said we're gonna go, but we got stuff anyway.
Got information.
Yep.
Perhaps better since Kagero might he is still a Tetsu guard after all.
Yeah.
Anyway. Reconvene.
Anyway. Barty, I'm guessing you guys share your info.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, how are we gonna do it though? That'll be fun.
Yeah. Go ahead and
Start off
deliberate.
with Kyron has bombs.
So Kyron has explosives.
Good, we'll need those.
No, I'll let Kyron describe what he did.
Oh.
Yasha
Where-
gonna be like, good, we might need those.
Looking around, all like
Huh?
wide-eyed and everything.
Go ahead, Kyron. Tell them what we did.
So, through contact of mine, we acquired documentation and maps from a failed attempt at breaking into Blackrock.
Oh, that's promising.
And
What? There's nothing else.
and
That's the only bit that's important to the mission.
do you really want me to tell him, Kyron?
That's your prerogative.
Remember how Kyron was mentioning that he was looking for explosives?
No,
Yeah.
yes.
He succeeded.
Oh, yeah, I knew.
What?
Both opposites. What?
You knew? How long
Ah.
have you known? How long have you had these? What do you have?
Show me what you have, young man.
What would it
Reveals
take
the
them to just-
bandolier.
Wow.
We'll need those.
Yep.
We
Hides the bandolier.
we might actually. Hopefully we won't need to use them, but they might come in handy.
Yep.
I think maybe in the future, tell us when you acquire things like this so that we are aware.
Yasha knew.
I did.
Yasha,
Well-
maybe in the future, if you learn that Kyron has something like this, you should let us know.
There was no real moment between helping Lady Yuki and being unconscious. I didn't really have time.
I think that sounds reasonable.
Just laying the groundwork.
For
alright?
future reference.
For future reference, I would really like to know. We should really know when one of our members has bombs on them.
Aaron has bombs on him.
Mortarin
Thank you,
turns to look at Kyron. You
Yasha.
haven't used any of them, right?
Nope.
Not at all.
I'm positive we would have learned if he had used a bomb.
That is, you know what?
They are not subtle.
Like not in character, but he
understandable.
did.
He planted.
He didn't use it, but he planted one.
He put the bomb into someone's pocket.
Yeah, which
This is-
we
but
have
this is
not
true.
discovered.
I'm sure they're fine.
I can guarantee you, Lamine is not thinking that he was stuck a bomb in someone's pocket.
That's fair.
So
That's
she's
fair.
she's
Like-
on the mindset of using means lighting it and throwing.
Yeah. Like,
But-
okay.
But that aside, that's good. Our end is we know we possibly know an inside woman and possibilities. For one, the prison is not equipped to deal with aerial assaults, which is fair. The second is that there will be ghost units on the island, and there are ghost units here.
Okay.
The possibility being that, you know, we may, if we want, and to see if we're well equipped enough to deal with them, we could try to locate and attack some ghost units and maybe possibly steal their cloaking units or whatever it is that they're using to go invisible. And as dangerous as that sounds, it would be probably better to see if we are even equipped to deal with them before we even show up on the island.
How stacked are these guys?
Apparently they're elites.
Maybe
So-
we
so-
do have reason to talk to Kaguro after all.
To talk about the
Perhaps.
ghost units?
Maybe.
How
As
would
long
you?
as you have a way
how would
to
you-
ease it.
I was gonna say, how would you preface that?
Still working on it. But I made it through here. I made it through all of this debacle with all this, didn't I?
I trust in Kyron.
Surprisingly enough, you did.
Nonetheless, what else we got?
Well, let's see. Can't handle aerial assaults, ghost units, and then there's a lady named Eris that can be our inside woman.
She likely has advice for what we're attempting, or what we might attempt.
And how to get in and out.
And where is she?
Dockside Bar.
Somewhere at Seaport, northern part of Seaport.
Now, there's
No-
that
no
as well.
No distinct place. She's just around.
Do have to be mindful. Apparently, she's a very sneaky thief.
Ah,
Hear that, Morden? She'll just steal your money, not your blood.
Oh, wonderful.
Does Warren care about his blood or his money more?
Money.
Really?
Blood you get back. Money is a little bit harder to replace.
Well, if you lose all your blood, you're never getting that back.
That is
Yes. But it's much harder for somebody to take all of your blood than all of your money.
it's also a very different matter than just getting nipped a bit.
Well, that
Should be.
aside, there is one last idea I had. Probably one we should only use if we're desperate, but I think it would work really well in our favor. We can always get into contact with Gilbud, and I think we can persuade him to fly us over and bombard that island, basically.
Who's Gilbud?
Oh,
Oh
right.
dear.
He's a good dwarven friend.
That's all I need to know.
In context, he's also allied with our You remember the assassin elf, correct? I think he was an elf. Pretty sure he was an elf.
Dark elf, yeah.
Yep.
Drow.
Dark Elf, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Drow.
recall him.
Yes, he's allied with
Though
him
we did
and
not
also
have any formal meeting.
yeah. So just letting you know, he's allied with that, and I believe you've heard us had a conversation about the of our dear samurai Jin.
Oh, we ran into him earlier today.
Mordrin immediately turns to Yasha, just like, oh,
That did happen.
no.
Yeah, let me
Well,
bonk him.
that's good. And seeing that she's alive, that's also good. Oh my god.
Went whole. Don't you worry.
Too late. It's too late for that. He's already
Still
worried.
obsessed. If you were wondering, he is still obsessed.
Oh, I didn't care about that at all.
It will be a problem, though. I think it's best, actually. Honestly, I do think it's best to let him think that I do actually still have that sword on me, and it hasn't been used for some greater purpose.
Ugh.
The longer we can keep that up, then the better, I think.
It should be noted that we have not yet looked at the maps or the documents that was given to us by my
Oh,
contact.
Mordrin would actually have, like, as soon as they got home, we would have been looking at it. So he would probably at least have, like, some sort of, like, knowledge.
Well, we can pour over it as a group now, so.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
So you're gonna go through with the look over
Time
the
to peek.
information.
Time
Yep.
to peek through some documents.
Alrighty. Roll me a
Initiative.
roll initiative. The map's attacked.
Oh shit!
Ah, shit!
If
And
you're
they slowly start to kill Lamine because Shen just can't escape inanimate objects.
Goddamn
Animated objects.
goddamn animated objects, yeah.
They've never killed
Um,
you, but they've gotten close.
So
it's not
these
a light.
documents are not in the best condition, so you're gonna need someone who can just kind of, what's the word?
Oh,
Oh, looks at the nerd.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make me some kind of intelligence check.
I can look at what intelligence stuff I got. See, obviously just a straight intelligence. There's history. Arcana wouldn't work there.
can I
Investigation.
can I possibly use calligraphy to attempt to redraw some older lines back?
Oh ho, you can do that. Make a dex check
Nice.
so that you don't accidentally make the weird Jesus on it.
It's a calligraphy check.
Yep,
Calligraphy check.
calligraphy check.
Wow.
So make your attempt to
Wow.
restore it.
22.
22. You're able to restore most of the lines without doing too much guesswork on the layouts of the
Yeah, I want to
documents.
emphasize no guesswork. I'm just retracing faded lines and using deductive logic to be like, well, these lines go here and here. Clearly, this is probably a corner.
No weird, like, suddenly there's a room, but there's, like, no doors or, hallways that lead to nowhere.
I would like to avoid guesswork, but anything that I can, deductively restore, I would love to do.
Make a raw intelligence check at advantage, Mordrin.
Okay. Let's do that. Ha! A 7.
Whoa.
He is tired. This boy needs to sleep.
Someone else,
Mordrin,
please
you're
make a
stupid.
raw intelligence check.
I will do it.
You know
Use
what?
with advantage.
your-
You would roll better than me.
You
Use your
are
Chiron brain.
you are far too tired.
I am far too tired. It is clear that Mordorin is just too tired.
All the lines are blurring together.
Yeah,
You're just
all
like,
the
great
lines
job
blurring
on the
together.
lines. Wait, which lines did you redraw? I can't tell anymore.
Yeah,
Ah, shit.
exactly.
Or
It's like,
your eyes do that thing where you just keep repeating over the same thing. Like, wait, did I go over this? Looks over it. Wait, did I go over this?
For me, it's like I'll look at words or like I'll just look at something
Just
I'm
doesn't no
reading and
register.
it's just nothing. It's just like, yep,
Yeah.
them's words. My brain just literally shuts down. It's the worst thing.
Mordorin has done this too many times to not notice when he's too tired, and he has noticed, and he is too tired.
Uh-oh.
Like, alright, I
It's
can't
the-
do this.
All right, no.
I heard a
worst
grumble.
feeling. All right, what we got?
Just trying to think if I can use any of my things here. I don't think I'll be able to justify it, so I'll just make a straight check.
Your thinks.
Make the straight
thanks.
check.
Think donk.
13.
13. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you're able to look through the layout, and what you have on hand are a set of 2 maps that indicate some of the layout of the prison. It appears to be 2 of the upper floors. I'm sorry, 1 upper floor, 1 lower floor. So you basically have like an upper floor, which will be, let's see. Ba-bum. So this one is gonna be, well, that's the 3rd floor. And this one, well, you got the 2nd and 3rd floor.
So we don't have the first floor.
Nope.
Better than
And
nothing.
it is judging by the context of the map's information, there are 5 floors.
It's good information, at least.
Still better than nothing.
From the documents, they do kind of pour over some of the plans, of the quality of which I shall determine right now. Ooh, these are good quality plans. Pretty much the idea of the plan was that these guys were gonna take, they were gonna take a ship, and then the ship was then gonna moor itself, or not moor, it was gonna park out, like, about a fair distance away, just out of view of the island, and then they were gonna row out.
Makes sense.
That's a lot of rowing.
Yeah, it's a lot of rowing, but still, that's
We should avoid it because it failed.
Yeah. So
yeah.
the plan was that they were gonna do, basically they were just gonna row. They were gonna take a small boat to not get spotted. What ended up happening? They went in at dawn, so like just before the sun came up, several hours. So
Yeah.
it was like just before dawn they went in. So there was just enough light for them to see, but not enough light for them to be noticed very easily. From there they scaled up the wall to the 2nd story. In one of the hallways, and it's even marked kind of in some of the faded scratchings. You can see that there was some edits to this, they wrote on the map itself.
Yeah.
There was a porthole that was just big enough for them to fit through, that hung from one of the outer walls. And inside, they would go in, climb up to the 3rd floor, while trying to avoid guards. And they marked out a few safe locales that look like they're kind of like blind spots for any potential patrols. And basically the trailway was, they'd scale up a wall on the into a window on the 2nd floor. Then they would make their way to the inner side, go up to the 3rd floor, and then they would search the cells in the 3rd story because they were able to find out that whoever they were looking for was on that floor. And it was a very quick get in, get out plan.
It doesn't designate like specifically what was on 2nd or 3rd floor.
Nope. There's not so much like hard information like this is where these guys will be at this time, but it was like a lot of the information is the guards. It's kind of a guesswork that they kind of put and going off of the map. And you can see sort of like just based on the layout, like, okay, well, if I had guards kind of sitting out here, this is the way I would kind of move them. And the way they guess the patterns of the guards is that the guards kind of rotate in a clockwise position with everybody going up 1 floor, and then the top guys going all the way to the bottom. So the guys on
the top guys.
Yeah, so the guys on the very top most levels of the floor would get rotated to the ground floor.
Interesting.
So, and then everything moved in a clockwise direction. So, all of the guards, so if the guards were positioned on like the 3rd floor on the north side, they would then go to the east side, then to the south side, then to the west side, and then when they went to the west side, they would go up a floor. And then the guys at the top of the floor, once they completed their full rotation, they would go all the way to the bottom.
But there's nothing on the maps that designate like they're both floors are detention blocks, right?
Yeah, at least from
there's-
their sections, because it's not the entirety of that floor. It's just the segment of the wall that they were at.
Well, sure. So something like that, I would like to make a note of if there's anything else on either floor besides cells.
In their documents, they say that there may be other facilities, but of course, this is all in the pre-planning, and this is all the
Sure.
information they kind of still had. They do mention that of course, there's a place for prisoners and for guards to eat. They suspect that the ground floor is more reserved for the guards, and that all the upper floors are for prisoners. So, prisoners go up.
Yeah. And nothing designating like what they would figure is like order of priority of prisoners, like who's the big bads and which floor they go at.
Not particularly. They think there might be a pattern, but they're not sure.
Fair.
Yeah, they think there might be a semblance of importance based on where the floor is, or, they prioritize who goes where based on floors, but they're not. Nothing is confirmed.
Sure. No notes on guards.
Unfortunately, no hard evidence on guards.
Not even any guesswork.
Well, that's the guesswork. The rotations.
But like, what they're packing. What kind? Anything on like how heavily armed they're gonna be, whether it's worth tangling with them, or if it's like if you're gonna do anything, give them a knife to the neck, get the fuck out.
I imagine they're at the very least, as well equipped as just the normal Tetsu guard.
Yeah.
But considering their quality, probably better.
So the thing is that you do know that these guys aren't going to be the same guards as what these guys dealt with because they have Slayer Force. However, the one thing that remains consistent is unlike the Slayer Force, who replaced the regular Tetsu guard, there was always a small crew of actual Tetsu guard like personnel. Most of the fortress is manned and guarded by the Automata Force. And those guys are actually fairly common knowledge. Mostly because, much like the Iron Drake, they're also a piece of Brosnov history. Those guys pretty much pack more or less the same equipment as your Tetsu Guard troops. So they're pretty much stock standard. They've got guns, they've got swords, they've got clubs. But the one big difference between the automata and the Tetsuguard is that the automata are well, they pretty much just function on their own, but they also don't communicate. So if something happens, they're gonna go and like act on whatever they are meant to act on. They're no better than like skeletons, really.
Okay.
And the problem with the automata is, while they make for excellent guards because they never really need to rest, they're not too responsive when it comes to, if something happens. Like you can pretty much kind of more or less make noise, and the automata aren't gonna be all like, "Hey, I heard something," and then you're gonna get a whole bunch of them.
So you're saying that these are the guys that are guarding the place now, or guarded the place before?
So these are the guys that have always guarded the place. The
Okay.
automata are usually attended to by actual Tetsu guard handlers, so to speak.
Sure.
But those guys have been replaced by Slayer Force.
Mm-hmm.
So there's usually again from the information provided, there's usually a few Tetsu guard actual like guys that are attending to the automata that they're assigned to. So there's usually like a small handful of Tetsuguard, and then there's usually just a ton of these automata.
Okay.
So
Okay.
think giant wooden dolls basically, except they're armed with
Yeah.
machine guns.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
And it's open top.
Open top?
Yeah, the facility is open top. Is that what we're gathering by Yasha saying that they wouldn't expect an airstrike?
Yes. So there is an open courtyard. There is one other structure that sort of sticks out from the island, which is a lookout tower, and it actually sits like maybe just a little bit away from the island. It's like still kind of connected, but there's a small stretch of water, and it sits just a little bit taller, but it's connected by a little bridge to the rest of the castle or fortress.
Okay.
It's almost like a little lone lighthouse, but it's still close enough to where there's a bridge that connects it.
Kyron has gathered all the information he wishes to gather from maps and documentation.
Yay.
So,
Hmm.
yep.
So anyway, we start bombing the place.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh my god.
We just open fire.
Now time to ignore all of that and blow it up.
Sounds about
Well,
right.
there is one thing. A lot of the walls,
Really good
especially
help.
the outer walls, are very, very thick, so blasting your way in might be a little troublesome.
I was
However-
pretty much figuring that it was going to be pretty thick, mostly impenetrable walls.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
this thing was built to withstand cannon fire from ships, so
Sure, understandable.
yeah. Busting a hole into the place is very difficult. However, the inner parts of the castle does have a number of thin walls that look blastable, so
Yeah.
it's
I mean, it makes sense because you don't expect cannon fire to be inside your castle.
yeah.
Ideally.
And
Really.
if something is going through that outer wall, you're already fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
we
don't
just
really-
summon a Tarask.
That's all we need to do, really.
Yeah, easy.
Um,
Easy.
Something
Easy.
to kind of note is the strongest points where the castle's fortification. Actually, this will require a knowledge check. But there is something
you
about its
fucker.
fortification that I can tell you.
I could try again.
What's the knowledge check?
Engineering doesn't exist in this, so
Nope.
It does not.
It'll
You
be
can
a
make a flat
lot.
intelligence check, I sense.
Yeah,
Hmm?
flat intelligence or history is pretty much your. Unless
Yeah,
investigation.
Nah.
I can make the case for history because this is
I would
technically a
agree with
historical
that.
fact.
Can
I
I
can try.
assist?
Yeah, raw intelligence or history.
You can
I,
assist.
s- I assist
Wait.
in whatever the matter is then.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Sure.
Nat 20. So
Sure.
here's something fun that you might enjoy.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
so given the positioning of the island and given the types of the purpose of that it was built, the walls on the northern side are a lot more reinforced than the walls on the southern side, and the same applies for a lot of the inner workings of the interiors of the building. The building was built in such a way where it could basically withstand punishment from one side, and if ships were to try and go around the other, it would have the fleets backing it up basically. So it was kind of a turtleback essentially.
Can I get that again? You said north side is strong?
Yep. The north
Okay.
and the west side are the strongest parts. So if you're ever trying to destroy anything, the south side is a lot breachable than and that kind of goes with the entire almost the entire structure of the building is like a lot of the buildings on the more south side tend to be a lot more vulnerable.
And where's that tower?
That tower, it sits on the northwest side.
Fucker. Okay.
Yeah. But aside from that, everything else tends to be a lot more vulnerable. So, yeah. It does also make note that the port sits on the south side.
Interesting. Almost like an open invitation.
Well, I mean, it was a fort. It was meant to stop against invading Vitens.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of the parts that on that, they mentioned there was like a number of like engineering purposes, but like to kind of make a very complex argument short, it's we want the stronger parts where the Vitten are gonna be.
Sure.
And so things that are typically on the northern side of the northern and eastern sides of the entire compound are tend to be a little harder to break. And that applies to pretty much every wall.
Okay. I forfeit my investigation.
All right. Anything else you guys wish to discuss or deliberate?
No, but we should probably hide the maps and stuff so that nobody else can find them.
Sounds like a good idea.
Best way to do it is just stuff them in Yasha's bag of holding.
Makes
I
sense
found
to
them.
me.
I found them.
Stuff them. Stuff them.
Stuff them into the bag of holding. Off into the hammer.
Stuff 'em in me bag.
Off into the hammer space they go.
All right. So, are we gonna try and go after Eris?
Eris, I think, is the thing to go on. Yeah, after a rest. Lemmy needs to rest.
Okay with this.
She needs a
Yep.
long rest.
That way, I can recover my second level spell I blew.
Yeah.
I'm sure
did.
Lamid would like to rest off having to deal with Jin.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Her player
Any
would also.
encounter with Jin deserves a rest.
Yeah, her player also needs to rest. I cannot go.
We'll be wrapping it up.
This is
soon.
actually decent. Actually, this would be pretty decent timing for us.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I know.
I just especially can't go super late tonight because I have to unfortunately be up at a halfway reasonable time tomorrow.
no
Oh,
worries.
no.
I was actually gonna
She might
probably cap it
forget.
off here, so.
Okay.
But Yeah, unless you guys have anything else that you want to do. Maybe you want to check in to see if Walter is in a better mood.
No,
Not
fuck
right
no.
now.
I mean, that is like on the
To-do list.
On the list, but
Can we check on him on the way to Eris?
that
Good.
is reasonable.
That is reasonable because it'll have been a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how he's feeling now with like
How
a night to.
Can Mordred have his
How-
own room now?
well,
I think Mordon gets his own room.
Yay!
kind
At
Lady
least
Yuki
for
is
Mordred,
there.
it's like yay.
You find Lady Yuki there.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh. At least, hey, it's not my room.
You on your own.
Got Mordor.
You also find Lady Yuki there.
God damn.
Huh?
Eh?
Two
Nani?
Yukis?
Just
Impossible.
exactly what we needed. Two of them. Two of them.
Oh boy.
This is
Like,
getting out
Kyron
of
goes
hand.
to his
Now there
room?
are two of them.
Mordred gets his own room for once. He's
Yep.
like, yay, I don't have to bother Lamine for the night.
Better go to sleep.
Yay.
Sleep.
What you gonna do, make me? He will though.
Yes.
Gives you the mom look.
He will, he will. He's got no
Fe-
reason to stay up besides you know, the normal reasons why he doesn't sleep.
Via the La Chancla.
Oh god,
Pull that.
not the chunkla.
Pulls out a chocolate.
No!
So why did Mordor not sleep?
He was watching over Yasha, actually, I believe.
Yeah.
No, Yasha is asking that. So why? Because he doesn't know. What?
Yeah.
Yasha wishes to know. Desire
Why-
to know more intensifies.
Why didn't he sleep?
His worry overcame his reason, is why he didn't sleep. Understandable, but still not ideal.
boy, if that
And
ain't
that-
hedging on a tombstone.
He was watching over you, Yasha, to make sure you were doing okay.
Oh, he didn't have to do that. I was just unconscious.
It's just a coma.
It's just a small coma. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's alright.
These things happen, you know.
Nothing but some blunt
like
force
you.
trauma and a concussion.
Well, not this time, thankfully.
There was no blunt force. There was no blunt force, but there was a concussion.
And trauma.
Oh, was there trauma?
Oh, the trauma.
Oh, sweet trauma, Will.
I'm going to retreat to my room without any other word and start mulling over scenarios for our eventual assault on Blackrock.
All right.
Okay.
So, seems reasonable.
Good.
Yeah.
I did say that you guys can check up on Walter, but I think we'll cap it off here for now.
Oh no, we're gonna doing the rest first and then we'll figure
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that'll
definitely
be
meaning that. Like, we do all that next session.
okay.
All that talk.
That will be saved for next time. I'm gonna have to draw up that map because I wasn't expecting y'all to get that map,
Lol, you're welcome.
but you got the map, which is fine because now y'all got a map.
What
Yep.
about map
Well-
packs?
Every good heist needs a map, so
Well, that's what you
I
get
would
for
like
letting
to-
me remember that I made notes on my halfling babe.
nah, man, you do you, man.
Okay, so we need a Bane.
A Bane.
Yeah, so he can help walk us through the heist on our sending stones.
Ah,
Oh my
yes.
god.
Oh yeah, the Sunday
I was
school,
like,
that's
which
definitely-
Payday
Bane?
style. Payday Bane.
Payday Bane.
I think I know what I'm gonna do during the long rest.
And then we're gonna have Roland, and he'll be behind a wall. It'll be like a prison transfer, and he'll be like, "It's payday, fellas."
I said it's motherfucking payday, fellas.
Boss, I think for the long rest, I think Morden's gonna start working on finally getting those items I've been talking about.
Aha. Okay.
Aha.
Let me know what you want me to do for those, because they're not common items. They're still uncommon, but still.
Remind me what in particular you're going to be grabbing, and we'll talk it out. not tonight though. Just
Yeah.
at a later
Just gonna
time.
remind you.
Also,
Sure.
since Yasha's in fine form, he will get his long rest. But I think now's the time to go see if that rifle is ready.
Ah, yes.
Since it's been
Oh,
quite a few
that's
sessions.
true.
Fuck.
I have to see if I sent that to the right person.
But yeah.
Yeah, we're still
Since
party
it's been
packing heat.
since it's been a
Like,
few
trying to get
sessions, I'll have to go get it.
Yep. It's been some time, so for sure.
Not only that, I'll have to work out the full stats with you next time.
Yes. We'll work it through. But yeah, I'm gonna conclude the session here for now.
Yeah.
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 Thank you guys for checking in if you were watching the stream, and if you're checking out the VOD afterwards, thanks for tuning in and watching the series. Hopefully we can pick back up on this with some modicum of pace again. I know we've been kind of slowing things down. That's on me. That's fine.
We'll just slow it down some more. It's fine.
Just slow it down some more. I know. No, don't worry. We'll get there. We got lots to do, so lots
Yep.
more going on.
I know that feeling right now. Looks at tomorrow.
Screams. But yeah, for now
Shrieks
I'm
of
gonna
light.
go ahead and throw you guys to blue. But yeah, thanks guys. Have a great one.
Yeah, see ya.
What if we shriek in delight?
See ya. Oh god. Oh god. Alright, we
I kissed
rating.
my cat.
It's Biddlebomb time.
Oh.
Look at him. He sounds excited.
We don't need
Uh,
that.